Now a 9-race chase, and one of the more welcome changes, I would say, by the fans. But how did the drivers feel about it?
I feel like this new chase format, I guess new old chase format, right, is going to just reward some consistency throughout the season.
Jesse Love wins in Phoenix, and he is the 2025 champion.
Does it change a lot from the driver's seat, right? The goal is the same. You want to be a champion, and I think that NASCAR really hit the nail on the head.
For a smaller team, I think anytime there's a little bit of attrition.
What is up, motherfuckers and party people? How the hell's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a great fucking day today. I'm having a good day because we got some NASCAR O'Reilly racing from Rockingham. I realized I used the logo for today's race. I also accidentally used that yesterday, so that was my bad. But I was in a rush yesterday to go live, so that's probably why I made the mistake. But yeah, today is the North Carolina Education Lottery 250 from Rockingham Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina. It is a 250 lap race around a .94 mile racetrack.
92 points ahead of the competition. Junior Motorsports has all 4 drivers in the top 10. The highest non-Chevy driver, that's Brandon Jones in 8th. But then we get to the second pace, Parker.
The breakdown for today's race, like I said, 250 laps. Stage 1 is 60 laps. Stage 2 is also 60 laps. And the final stage is 130 laps. Fuel run is 95 to 105 laps. So in the first 2 stages, you will not have to pit under green. If the final stage went green, though, you would.
What sticks out is we get into these summer months, it gets really high in terms of the intensity level because they all are counting those points, thinking, how do I get above that cut line?
Yeah, so 7 races completed, and something we haven't really talked about yet, but what have been your kind of overall takeaways from this format? Are you liking it?
I am. At first, the best.
It is O'Reilly race day.
Points in the last 8 or so years, as much as I have this season, because they all matter, and you feel like.
I wish tomorrow was race day.
The unintended consequence.
I wish they raced Cup tomorrow.
Races sometimes lost value in some respect, right? You felt like there was always ripcords you could pull by going and winning a race and turning your whole season around.
When's the other off weeks this year?
It's definitely a more legitimate way to decide.
When's the other? Because I think there's at least one more, or is it literally the only one all year?
In a lot of respects because of this.
Absolutely
what we've seen out of him is what I expected.
And we still didn't lose the importance of a win either, right? But let's talk now surprises on the season. We took a look at the point standings.
Oh yeah, we have a week off in July.
And it moved to Sam Hunt Racing. This has been a disastrous start to the season, but there was light at the end of the tunnel last week.
But it's like I feel like we could. So my thought process is that like. Not all traditions are good traditions. I feel like the tradition of NASCAR racing on Easter is kind of outdated. Or not racing on Easter is kind of outdated. I feel like we should just race on Easter. Because think about it. The NBA, their holiday is Christmas. They have Christmas. The NBA owns Christmas. The NFL owns Thanksgiving. You know, baseball, they own Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July. That's their holiday. NASCAR should just be able to have Easter. NASCAR should just have Easter. That should be our holiday.
Really good these past couple weeks, so we'll just continue that way today.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Corey Day maybe has a first win on the docket this afternoon, guys.
I definitely think it could be the case. You know, we're going to basically one of my surprises also is how good he's done. But now
I don't have that, Andy.
Great races out of him. My expectation level for him has risen.
And then we can move one of the other off weeks. I think it'd be nice if we alternated it every year. We alternated the off week between Mother's Day and Father's Day. So one year Mother's Day would get the off week. The next year it'd be Father's Day. Gets the off week.
And rising to the level of his equipment in a fast way and improving in some respects that race team in terms of their consistency. So I think what we're seeing out of Corey Day is not surprising me. Today could absolutely be his first win, and he's been so close so many races before this. If it's not today, it's going to happen soon.
Well, and he said on the HMS checklist it was to win a pole, so next is going to be to win a race. Let's talk a little bit more about some more rookies. You see Brent Cruz on your screen right here. He's doing a really great job. Now finally gets to take the reins of that 19 car for JGR. What are your thoughts about Brent Cruz?
Well, it goes back to when we talked to him in the offseason, when he was going into this ride, and just how mature he is at such a young age. I asked, with his growing up with Connor Zilch, I was like, is there something in the water where you guys grew up, or what's going on here? Because it's just, they're so mature above their age.
See the new mint ice cream DQ has? Well, yeah, I have, because I work there.
How smooth he is, how quickly he's up to speed, all those factors to me.
I haven't tried it before, but I've seen it.
He's the future that we've been told, and I think once he gets some of those he's going to show us all those reasons people are so behind.
All right, we might talk a little bit more about him in a minute, but let's head out to Dylan Welch.
Yeah, and as you said, turned 18 Monday, so gets to go run full-time in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. You've run a lot of different cars, but what is the value of consistency in your environment as you kind of grow and continue to develop as a driver?
A lot, and I'm grateful it's been consistent with Joe Gibbs Racing. We won the ARC race here last year. It was cool to get to watch that earlier this morning, but we have a super fast number 19 Toyota Supra. Thankful for Mobile One for coming on board again. We had them last year when we won too. So, yeah, looking forward to today. It's going to be hot, and it's a long race, and I'm excited. So, thank the good Lord above for keeping us safe and ready to go out there and give it all we got.
He's qualified top 10 for every race so far this year and starts 10th today.
So 2 top 10, the 21st in the standings. I think the biggest question here is, do you feel like he has enough time to make the chase?
Absolutely. This team had already done the math before the season. They said
Weather today, I think, looks pretty good. I mean, it looks really good right now. Let me see what the forecast looks like.
The X factor of winning races, I absolutely think Brent Cruz and this team can make it to the chase, especially from what we've seen from early on.
All right, well, he also won an ARC East race at the Rock just last
Yeah, it looks good.
But who's going to get it done today? Our race picks are just ahead along with pre-race ceremonies.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Ooh, that's rough. At least with Safe Light, you can get
Tomorrow in Boston, the weather looks really rough. I'm going to be doing the Red Sox game tomorrow, but I don't know when it'll happen. It's scheduled to be at 1.
It can fix my glass while we fish for bass.
If you want.
It can recalibrate my safety features while I sit at home in my comfy pants.
That one doesn't rhyme, but sure.
Get it fixed anywhere you want at SafeLight.com. Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tahini?
Some new thing you need to know for the Roku TV is there's a channel showing old motorsports like drag racing and old NASCAR. Oh, that's cool.
You're right.
Repatha plus a statin lowers LDL-C. Do not take Repatha if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site. Ask about Repatha.
The new Value Feast is here at KFC, stacked with hot and crispy, delicious goodness. Comes in more chicken, even more chicken, and who approved this amount of chicken? Classic, Colonel. The new KFC Value Feast. Get it today, starting at $7.
Tuesday, after Stanley Deliver brings the house down. NXT on the CW goes all in. All of this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
Behind the story, there's always more. The CNY Central YouTube channel with exclusive content. Get more. Subscribe now to CNY Central on YouTube.
Ryan Auto Sales in Rome is open, joining Auburn, Sodas, and Phoenix. Ryan started selling cars as a high school teacher 16 years ago, and the growth never stopped. Ryan's goal is to be the best at really bad credit financing, but carry an A+ reputation.
Just because your credit's bad doesn't mean you have to buy it from some place like this. My staff cares about its reputation, so it's certainly going to care about you.
Visit RyanPhelps.com and see why from Rochester to Utica, everyone's buying from Ryan.
At Stanley Law, one of the ways that I help support attorneys is by assisting their paralegals, by communicating with clients, helping get discovery and demands out the door, working closely with the attorneys to make sure that they have everything that they need. I make sure that all of our files are assigned and opened and all the deadlines are scheduled and they're on the calendar. Because here at Stanley Law, we work as a team.
Shut the fuck up. You're so boring.
Work so good.
Artificial intelligence
can create a realistic deepfake attack in just a few minutes.
Spotlight on America investigates.
Good enough to fool, the parent of a child.
AI deep fakes.
Monday at 10 on the CW6.
Hi everyone, it's Why Am I a Mets Fan with me, Samantha Croston. And me, Ashley Winskowski.
I think Nolan McLean could be the future ace of this Mets team. I'm not sure that the New York Mets are a playoff team.
This is Why Am I a Mets Fan? You've gotta watch.
Rockingham Speedway.
What a show. Resurrect the Rock.
I'm excited to go back to Rockingham. We had a great turnout. That track really raced well.
I'm excited. I thought that first race there was a blast.
Grooves moved all around. We could pass each other.
Obviously very historic.
I feel like your Days of Thunder set when you roll into place.
I'll probably download it. What's it called again?
Yeah, I just enjoy getting around there. It really fits my driving style, and I enjoy going there and being the show. Because
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
Being Easter weekend and us being the premier series, it's always entertaining.
We're the main show that weekend, and that's really cool for the fans and for the drivers.
Spectacular race and a spectacular finish.
As the place starts to lose grip, I think it's going to be a better race overall.
Being repaved, we all had the unknown of what was going to happen at that track.
We have that year under our belt to kind of perfect the race cars, so I think you're going to see the racing be a little bit better.
Really loose there.
It's such a cool place, and it's very sensitive to weather too, so you really don't know what you have until you show up. Really, really fast with the repave. I'm looking forward to it. I still think it's going to be a very fast track, but I do think tire fall-off is going to be more of an issue this go-around, which is going to be great for the fans.
All right, almost ready to go at Rockingham Speedway, but it is time now for our race pick. So we're going to bring Kyle Petty back in here since he's joining us on the CW broadcast today. Kyle, since you are the guest today,
What is the app called?
To go first, so who do you got today?
Thank you very much. Okay, so there was a debate on the Dale Jr. download a couple of weeks ago about the Hall of Famers. So my pick today is future Hall of Famers. He gets his 32nd win today. Justin Allgaier. Allgaier wins this race. Justin Allgaier, Hall of Famer.
You can't hide from controversy.
So he thinks he's going to get that third consecutive win in a row, which he hasn't done yet.
That'd be impressive. But unfortunately, Kyle, he's going to have to beat my pick. And my pick got the checkered flag last year, but just didn't get to keep it. But he absolutely will get it and keep it. This time around, I'm going to Jesse Love in the 2-car.
Jesse Love is my win pick for today. Yeah, he did win this race last year, but then got disqualified.
I'm going to go with the guy who got his first pole win to start this race. I'm going with HMS's Corey Day today. What do you think about that?
I do think it's a possibility. If he
What's the name? I don't know what the name is. You haven't said the name. What's the name? Just tell me the name.
Fast in qualifying, but that doesn't always lend itself to a long run. But you know he can hang on to it because of that sprint car hanging out in the throttle experience. I think Corey Day absolutely could. If they
Andy, I'm gonna flip my shit right now.
But as we get ready for today's pre-race ceremonies, Golden Corral would like to take a moment to thank our nation's heroes. It is a privilege to serve those who serve. Time now for our pre-race ceremonies in Rockingham.
And now, race fans, at this time, please rise as you're able and remove your hats. And military, please render a hand salute as the North Carolina State Highway Patrol presents our nation's colors. And please welcome Nick Terry from Motor Racing Outreach as he provides today's invocation.
Lord, on this Easter weekend, we thank you for the gift of salvation and for our freedom, for the men and women who have paid for it so that we could be here today to enjoy the sport that we love. We take a moment to thank you for your grace, your mercy, your unfailing love, and we pray for each one of these drivers, their teams today, and ask you to be with them. Bless us with a safe day of racing. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen.
And here to perform our national anthem, North Carolina native and current contestant on The Voice, Julia Golden.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
America. I gotta poop real bad.
Golden Corral is proud to partner with Project Healing
I'll be right
Waters,
back.
teaching Americans veterans through the therapeutic art of fly fishing. And as a founding partner of Camp Corral, Golden Corral helps send children of wounded, ill, or fallen military members to summer camp each year. Well, you gotta love to see that crowd. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Series is ready to take center stage this weekend. Racing at Rockingham is on the way. We'll get the engines fired when we come back.
NASCAR Powerball. The chase to 1 million is on.
Finalists, are you ready?
Don't miss your chance to collect cash prizes on your way to an all-new destination where you could take home $1 million.
The winner is contestant number 2. I can't believe it.
The official lottery game of NASCAR is back for the chase. Powerball. The chase to 1 million starts now.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar. Breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
In every pour of 4547 Patriot Edition whiskey, you taste more than whiskey. You taste freedom. Crafted to honor the patriots who built this land, protected by the warriors and the first responders who guard it every day. Forged in the makings of history on the road to a greater tomorrow. Now the fastest growing new whiskey in the country. Raise your glass to tradition. Raise it to heroes. Raise it to America. Built by patriots, for patriots.
At Haggerty, we don't see cars as things. They're unique, alive, and loved. We buy them, wrench on them, and sometimes curse them. But most of all, we drive them. Muscle cars, supercars, rad cars, one-of-one in the spec cars. Coupes, convertibles, compacts, liftbacks, fastbacks, and hatchbacks. We love them all because cars are for driving, and Haggerty is for drivers. Get a quote at Haggerty.com.
I think there's something wrong with the toilet. Call Rotarator.
And you guys are fast. Thanks, guys.
What was that?
How great is this? NASCAR is back at the Rock.
It's lightning quick with the newer asphalt that was laid back in 2022.
You've heard one term, and that is high speed. This place is incredibly fast with the repave. It feels like you're absolutely blasting around this racetrack. It almost feels like a roller coaster ride.
Jesse gets all the 16 spotted. Oh, big round. That is super aggressive. It's sideways a little bit.
What a tremendous and triumphant return for NASCAR back at Rockingham.
It's a place that has produced so many wonderful moments in the history of NASCAR.
A gorgeous, albeit warm afternoon here in North Carolina. The fans
absolute blast here at the Rock. And as we look at the field here today, Parker Retzlaff is having a career best start to the season, currently sitting 9th in points. He's hoping he continue that momentum by replicating what he was able to do at Rockingham last year, where he finished runner-up. He's already completed the first task at hand this weekend. That's qualify well. He starts from the 3rd position, which is a huge benefit at a place where track position is everything, because passing is so hard. There is one thing, though, he was challenged by yesterday. Parker told me he struggled with the exit at both corners, but he feels like the team got it fixed up for the race today, Dylan.
And Kim, several races last year where it looked like it was going to finally be the day that Carson Quapple got his first career win. Rockingham was one of those opportunities. He led a career-high 47 laps here last year, but a slow pit stop ultimately put them in a position to get caught in one of the wrecks at the end of the race. That hasn't dimmed their confidence this weekend, though, and just about every other team and crew chief I spoke to this morning pointed at the one car as the car to beat. Rodney Childers, the crew chief on this car, said his goal today is run faster, longer. Their raw runs.
We missed Jaden. Where's Jaden?
Yesterday. Now they just need to keep up with the racetrack to keep their car doing what they want it to do. It is a beautiful day here in Rockingham. Time to go racing. Let's get the command to fire engines.
It's time for the most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the
Who are these losers?
welcome once again, North
Oh, they're winners.
Education Lottery Lucky E Reward second chance drawing winner, Christine Bird and her guest, Nate Bird.
That didn't work.
All right, well, Rockingham is officially back again.
Imagine getting your moment to say driver start your engines and then the microphone doesn't work. Dude, I would fucking...
Green flag when we come back on the CW.
Longer days means more time to show off my spring outfits. A little to the left, Dylan.
You got it, Cold Mom.
Standout looks start at Kohl's. Find styles for
Yeah, we're a dog setting right now.
15% off at Kohl's and Kohl's.com.
This sweet dog named River. She's so sweet. She reminds me a lot of Sheena, except she doesn't have the fucked up nose.
Tahini chile lime sauce, mild with
She looks a lot
chile
like
lime
Sheena.
flavor. It takes snacks to a whole other level. What's your way to tahini?
Oh, the link.
Sometimes the best way to tell people you
Well, there it is. There's the link.
is to let grills
The link,
and
the link, the link, the link.
do the talking. Kingsford, savor it.
This is Arby's crispy chicken sandwich, now available in the $7.99 meat and 3
That's
box.
cool.
Our chef describes it as prime cut, 100% all white meat chicken, but we just say it's really good.
But yeah, her and Mercy get along pretty well. Her name is River, but she gets along with Mercy pretty well most of the time. Sometimes they do get into it a little bit, though. Mercy keeps trying to make a move on her.
A suspect?
Hand over your badge. It's time we let
Like the other stuff too.
Can we just get back to work, please?
I don't see any other link.
The clock is ticking.
If we make one wrong move,
I only see one link. Uno Linkio.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way.
16K
with
watching the
strips and
cleanest
trees
onboard.
That can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Gibson and he introduced me to PowerSwabs, and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. And he said, I can't believe how white your teeth are. From that point on, I've been sold.
Order PowerSwabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free quick stick pen with your order. Dial the number on your screen or visit PowerSwabs.com today.
This week on the triple option, it's madness, buzzer beaters, upsets. This is what March is all about. Men's college hoops expert Jay Billis joins us to break it all down. And UConn head coach Dan Hurley talks to us about Braylon Mullen's legendary game winner against Duke. We get his take on the biggest moment of the tournament so far, and what it takes to survive this time of year. Get insight from experts and champions.
The Triple Option with Jay Billis and Dan Hurley streaming now, presented by Wendy's.
Syracuse Crunch Hockey is back on CW6. Across they score! Tune in Wednesday night for the Upstate Medical University Game of the Week, presented by Jose Cuervo, Kidney Drugs, Marriott Syracuse Downtown, and Turning Stone Resort Casino.
Watch the Crunch take on the Americans Wednesday at 7 on CW6.
Good afternoon from Rockingham, North Carolina. It's a gorgeous Saturday afternoon here. I'm happy to say it's race day at the Rock. NASCAR started competing here in the 1960s. Today, the 44th time for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Our coverage on CW, presented by Arby's. Here we are in the broadcast booth, everybody, with Parker Kligerman. I'm Adam Alexander. No Jamie McMurray this week, but
got him out of the way.
I mean, he only won here 4 consecutive
Something
times.
like
we'll
that.
Bring him back in next week at Bristol. Hey, Rockingham really does have a little bit of everything.
It does, and it starts with the history of this place and just all the iconic moments you think of from here. And then it moves to how fast a racetrack this is and how it's condensed into 0.94 of a mile, that you're flying around this racetrack. The drivers will tell you you are in the throttle more than you can imagine, and that means passing is tough, but if you want to pass, you get aggressive. We saw a lot of that last year, and it's just so cool to see this place back to life.
I take everything you just said, and I point to the classy veteran in the field as Justin Allgaier is the driver to be, not just because of what it takes here. He has been unbelievable lately.
Right, and I heard talking to his crew chief, Andrew Overshin, he said Justin was very happy with this race car after practice, almost suspiciously happy of it. He said, it's so good, I'm not sure what to change. That's bad news potentially for the competition, and they've been on such a heater. But for all the reasons we talk about why we love the Rock, they all kind of line up in the favor of a Justin Allgaier of all that experience.
Yeah, he's been winning at all the historic tracks lately. Qualified fourth yesterday. Let's get to our starting grid. Brought to you by Arby's. Corey Day wins the pole, first of his career. And look at Parker Retzlaff. We just got the report from him. He's off to a great start this season. Best ever qualifying run for Viking Motorsports. He's on row 2 with Allgaier.
That has been super impressive to see from what they've been doing at Viking Motorsports. We move to page 2. What you might see there is the defending Rockingham winner, Sammy Smith, starts 19th in the number 8. Not the best qualifying for him. He mentioned he was not happy with that car. He's got some work to do.
I don't think of this racetrack as a place that promotes the underdogs, but a year ago it did. So as we go through the starting grid, I want to go to row 12.
Hey, road for ARCA race today was on the backstretch. That's fun.
Was top 5 in this race
I like that.
year and off to a great start here in 2026.
That was an incredible finish for him. But there's a lot of people out there that will have their eyes on row 18 in that 33 car. It's Cletus McFarland making his series debut, the YouTube superstar. You might be able to say that you're going to watch him try and fly like a bald eagle out there. He loves going fast and turning left. It'll be interesting to see his life experience, how he rides up to the challenge.
Just easing into it. Did a good job in practice, tiptoed through qualifying, and we'll see how he does in the race. Let's go down to the Arby's pit box. So good to have Kyle Petty with us on the broadcast today. Welcome, Kyle.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. It's great working with you again, Adam. You and Parker.
Right.
It's so much fun. I'm going to say this, and Parker talked about traffic and passing people. This place with traffic, lapping cars, is like Bristol on steroids. I'm telling you, everything comes at you double fast, triple fast. It's going to be exciting to watch. We're down here in turn 1, and all I've got to say is nobody rocks the Rock like NASCAR, and we're getting ready to rock it again.
Nobody rocks the Rock like NASCAR. That's
It does look terrible. That grass does look terrible.
Brought to you by Starkey. Scan the QR code now.
Good job kicking this thing off the right away yesterday. Go have a good day. Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you guys with the fast car. Appreciate all the hard work and go execute here.
A word from our pole sitter, Corey Day, who takes the outside lane. And he saddles up right.
Corey Day is the pole sitter today. My win pick is Jesse Love. He starts in second.
I was thinking there as I saw Kyle, he's got some great refreshment.
My boy Sheldon starting back in 9th place.
Will he say that?
He was really good here.
He was.
All right, Jesse Love so good in this race a year ago. Of course, he was disqualified after taking the checker
All right.
flag. He's on row 1.
Let's do this.
Side lane. A host of onboard cameras, including Austin Hill and the aforementioned Cletus McFarland. Going to be a fun.
Green flags in the air. We are racing from Rockingham.
We are green.
Great jump by Corey Day there on the outside, slots in front of Jesse Love. We saw last year the inside was a little. Oh, wow, Parker Retzloff got super loose and gets to the left rear, just Allgaier off 2.
Allgaier slides through to 3rd. Taylor Gray taking advantage of that outside lane. That white and yellow number 54.
Oh, we saw that so often last year. The way this track condenses off the 2, when you're side by side and you're that inside car, you lack the side force you need to go around this place as fast as you do. So therefore, the car just leaps away from you on the exit. That's what happened to Retzloff, and he's just hanging on right now, trying to get his bearings.
Fluorescent number 20, Brandon Jones, veteran driver from Atlanta. He slides up. Here comes Sam Mayer in the 41, and his teammate 00 Sheldon Creed is waiting there.
Corey Day just picked up the fastest lap.
This racetrack and being a repave still. Repaves are notorious for the car being on edge, and that means if you are on the looser side, we watch them get really between Sheldon Creed and Brandon Jones.
Yeah, Parker Retzloff already followed back. He started 3rd. Back to 6th.
On a knife edge. That's what we saw there from Brandon Jones. We looked
They're really out of control on that first lap,
there,
yeah.
the car takes away from him, and that's led by the right rear.
Good job keeping it
condenses off a 2.
steady.
Not doing anything wrong, gets hit the left rear, and you just gotta hope that time.
Oh, someone's slow.
The caution
And
didn't happen.
that's
no,
Cletus.
33 Cletus McFarland.
Of course.
Off pace. Oh no. Still rolling. Just listening if something was wrong internally there. Oh, really loose.
They actually have his name as Cletus McFarland now on the broadcast. It's always been Garrett Mitchell.
You know, I go back to the interview that KP did with him on NASCAR Countdown Live. He ran that ARCA East race, finished 4th, and he talked about how much more comfortable that ride was. When you talk about the difference in horsepower between the 2 cars, here's what we saw.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, that's 3-1. And we know 2 wide is hard here, being 3 wide.
Dude's an idiot.
Bottom, so this is an aggressive move. So he goes off, and yeah, just the track condenses. At the same token, you lose your right rear side force because you've got a car on the outside of you. This is all the things he had to learn. And Jesse Love mentioned in his interview in the pre-race where he said one of the things he was trying to teach Cletus about was the aero effects. And yes, Cletus ran well in the ARCA car earlier, which has less horsepower, but it also has an immense amount more downforce than these O'Reilly cars, and therefore it's less susceptible to some of the aero effects that you're going to struggle with in the O'Reilly cars. That was a big learning moment for him, and he superheated that right rear tire, which means it's going to take a while for him to pull back down.
Give credit where credit is due. It's a nice save there.
Yeah, he's good at that. He did that in the tests as well. He had a major save in the 3. He's got immense car control. It's all the other parts that he's got to learn.
Oh my god, Cletus on the radio said yeehaw. I don't think this dude's taking this seriously.
Really good outing at Phoenix last month. Corey Day
As does Cletus Michelle. I love that. Or probably Cletus Mitchell, I'm assuming you meant.
Take the top spot. 3 of the last 4 races, that 17 is on point. He's in control right now at Rockingham.
Men, get ahead of the disease treatments at GetSomebody4PD.com.
Everything on the line.
At O'Reilly Auto Parts, we know racing isn't just speed.
It takes teamwork,
Hard work and commitment.
the kind of dedication that wins races.
It's more than auto parts. Our professional parts people can offer you the right parts and advice so you're ready for every turn, straightaway, and moment along the way. We are the sum of our parts. And those parts, they're powered by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
That's right, Mom and Dad. My new boyfriend rides a motorcycle.
Oh, it's just a cruiser for unwinding on the weekends. Protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurance.
How responsible.
Very sensible.
And he has a tattoo.
Temporary for my niece. She insisted.
Oh, that's cute. Well, guess what, Mom? I chopped my hair off. Well, I stand corrected. It's lovely. No, it's not.
Super cute. Very in right now. It's my rough and tumble little girl.
Colonel Sanders, you want to take all this crispy chicken, fries, and a drink and give it to people for how little?
Who do you think you are? I'm a finger-licking machine.
I don't even think he's that high.
It's just too much chicken for too little.
The Colonel's bringing you the KFC Value Feast. Get it today, starting at $7.
My taxes pay for these roads. What I get back goes to my family. That's where Straight Talk Wireless comes in. Straight Talk's always been the same price since they started back in 2009. And they always offer free 5G phones for new and existing customers on America's most reliable 5G network. Ooh, straightforward prices.
And no potholes. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises. Official partner of NASCAR.
I've been told my whole life that I'm pretty fast. For a girl. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's not true. Because with the right team, you write your own story. So no, I'm not fast for a girl. I'm fast, period.
Gross.
Jesse, remember Danny?
Hey. Hey. Nice fit, bro.
Thanks. Here we go. How are you doing that?
4 parks. 1 vacation that changes everything. Universal Orlando Resort.
Round 8, 2026 for the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on CW, brought to you by Arby's. Always good to be at Rockingham. Hadn't been here in so many years. Came back a season ago, back today. And it's an outstanding place for so many reasons.
What you see Sheldon Creed doing right there, going up the racetrack in 1 and having a higher exit in 2, that was something a lot of the drivers wondered, this being the second year here. Last year was very singular groove, wrapped the bottom as Swalwich goes to the top in 3 and 4. Looking the outside of his teammate there, Brent Cruz. But the question was, with the track open up in 1 and 2, allow you to get sort of a diamond as you saw Sheldon do there. So keep an eye as you watch Brent wrap the bottom. If drivers start to use that outside to their advantage, if it starts to come in, it looks like Sheldon maybe went back to the bottom.
All 4 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas in the top 11 right now. Cruz having another good outing. Talked to him prior to the green flag today. Qualified 10th, won the ARC East race here a year ago. Feeling confident, making his 4th career start. Arby's onboard camera. Dylan told us.
Corey Day's leading so far. He's led every lap.
Talk in the garage about driver number 1 in this team, and so far Quapple delivering 4th in the running order.
And that was a beautiful pass. Just straight drove by Taylor Gray in 1 and 2. Usually, as the inside car through 1 and 2, when they squeeze your right rear quarter panel, it can get really tough on the exit, but he was able to just slip on by and now tracking down his teammate in 3rd.
Dylan, he's living up to pre-race expectations. 1 looks solid.
And he's also living up to kind of what Rodney told me as well about their long-run speed. They were really tight to fire off. Carson came on the radio about 2 laps in and said, I'm shattering the right front, and then he settled in, and here they are, lap 20. He's on the charge back forward, so didn't lose too much, didn't lose any track position really at the start, but starting to go the right direction here as the run develops. So good things for the 1. Here's the 54 looking inside.
Oh, this is going to get real tight.
Oh, man. 3 wide.
Dangerous here. 35 is Joey Gase.
Somehow they made that through that. Yeah, so Carson got checked up there behind Gase and basically got a terrible run.
Terminator car. I love that's a.
Massive run to shoot to the inside.
I like that. I like that comparison.
Well, and I was gonna say,
I think it is Mike Harmon Racing.
But the thing I was gonna say was that him talking about being tight, I think is an advantage right here on a repaid. You know, historically you want to be a little bit more leaned on the right front. It just gives you security in that car that if when you're on the looser side, and we've seen some cars that are looser just start to go backwards because all they can do is slow down. If you have some of that security in the right front, you can at least try and you move your line around and make passes.
And it's good maybe that you learn what that dirty air feels like early in the race.
Wow, look back, yeah, just the worst place for Carson Cromwell there. Catch a lapper and then they did a great job. They did a great job right there in 3.
I would have said discretion is the better part of valor, but he just sneaks right through there and is able to maintain the position as Cletus McFarland goes a lap down in the 33. Day driving by, 24 laps in.
You know the other thing about Cletus? Grand ARCA race. Now, near the O'Reilly Series race. That's a lot of time in a hot day in hot race cars.
It is.
For a guy who hasn't done this often, in a track.
What's up, NASCAR Bastion?
Very physical.
How's it going?
High G loads here around this place, especially on your neck. It's, I think that's another thing that probably surprised him as he goes along here and runs more and more laps later in this race. He's able to survive there. He was surprised how physical this is.
Closing on the midway point of stage number 1 at Rockingham. Let's get
Halfway,
to our
about to be halfway through the stage.
Today it's been the Corey Day show. He leads. He's led them all. Love, Allgaier, Crumple, and Taylor Gray.
Cletus has gone a lap down.
Somewhere out there, someone's paying $30 for a single plate of steak and shrimp. What? At a lobster tail, and you're pushing $50. Really?
But here, it's only $7.99.
In here, we're balling. It's actually fire. What is?
Yeah, fire.
Yeah, it's fire. It's fireballing. Since the dawn of time, man has been plagued by itch and irritation from not wiping clean. What man didn't realize is that wetter cleans better. See how wet tube wax completely clears while dry TP smears? Ditch the itch and switch to wet extra large tube wax for the best clean. Hands down.
They'll tell you who you are. What you can't do.
Where you don't belong.
But with the right people at your side, you write your own story.
You don't wait for success. You chase it. Sharper, tougher, faster, with every lap.
And when you give everything you got, you don't just win. You inspire what comes next.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common.
Carson Quapple
Side effects
takes,
may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief.
I guess
Ask
did take
about Vraylar.
third place for a second.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt. He's perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to tahini?
Ooh, look at those pork chops with Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning. Yes, please. Ranch seasoned, savory, and sizzling. Hidden Valley Ranch, only serious about flavor.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Ooh, that's rough. At least with SafeLight, you can get that fixed any way you want.
Any way I want.
Any way you want it. It's the way you need it. Any way you want
I can schedule a chip fix while I get my hair clipped? Yep, they can fix my glass while we fish for bass. If you want, they can recalibrate.
What's the best era of NASCAR not counting the nostalgia factor?
That one doesn't
Get it fixed any way you
I mean, I think 2011. But then again, I'm getting nostalgic. 2011 was one of the best seasons. 2022 was a really good season. But the best era overall, I don't know. They all kind of suck. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, there's just a lot of things that I would love to combine about multiple eras.
Early on in this race, he gets balked by a couple lappers, but even when he's gotten stuck in lap traffic, the next time he gets clear, he goes right back to being the fastest.
Like, I'd love 90s racing if they had, like, you know, the technology that we do today with like the TV graphics and everything, and like the website with the timing and scoring. That'd be cool.
So these are drivers that have had positive experiences at this racetrack, but just not
Probably the 90s.
going a lap down early for Corey Day.
Honestly, I think 2022 was a really good. Like, I was like probably the most competitive NASCAR's ever been at that point.
For all those drivers. On the right side of your screen, two junior motorsports drivers, Justin Allgaier and Carson Quapple, have been in quite the battle for the last 10 or so laps. Justin prevailing now.
It's really interesting when you look at these two drivers going at it, because you think about the crew chief change, and Rodney Childers comes over to run the one operation. And Andrew Overstreet, who was the crew chief on the one last year, now with Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, I really don't know what the best era of NASCAR is. Early 2000s was pretty sick.
When he's been driving this one car.
Yeah, he's looked really good behind.
I might go with that.
I think back to Phoenix as a race that maybe got away from him, and I just consistently have said this.
Like 2000.
The RVs on board that he's a
Or hell, like even like
does break through and get that win.
I don't know, 96 to like 2007.
Pressure is removed, but right now he's got to fight through some of this lap traffic. Taylor Gray is back to him as you look back at replay of teammates. Give a little love tap.
Waffles full hill up third, and they continue to go back and forth. And now you see bottom right line, Taylor Gray able to get by that one, move up to the fourth position, Waffle back to fifth. Something to think about as we go over the course of a long run for second in lap traffic.
I've always thought about how fun it would be. Oh, jeez. I always thought it'd be really fun, like, to do, if I was able to stream, like, old races. Like, I wish I was older and, like, technology was more advanced at the time. I could, like, do these streams back in, like, you know, old races, but it's actually in real time.
60 laps, stage 2 is 60 laps. That final stage going to be right around 120, 125 after everything cycles through. But we say it so much, practice here is huge. And you have to be able to execute over the course of the long haul. And that 7 really starting to show us something right now.
He is, and one of the things he knows is that some of those drivers in these cars that you're lapping are really hanging on for dear life. At a high-speed racetrack like this, a lot of time in the high bank corners, when there's ill-handling cars, you're lapping them. It just can get incredibly tough for them, and he saw this opportunity. A bit of risk going all the way out there on a repave. It's how brave do you want to be out in that gray area. Justin goes up there and gets the big bow off the top and takes place.
And just a little nudge coming through. Thank you very much. See William Sawalich here trying to get another spot. He's up to 8th in the running order. Make it 9th, going for 8th, and does it around Sheldon Creed. Brent Cruz waiting as well in the 19. All 4 Gibbs cars now in the top 10.
And it just amazed me how all these leaders have navigated through this traffic. We've had so many close calls around here as they try to go through all of them.
17, now 16 to go stage 1. Day your race.
A fight in the infield with you streaming. Which fight in the infield? Boyer, you mean? Boyer and Gordon? That'd be a fun one to have streamed. I've always thought about streaming the 2012 Daytona 500. That would have been a, like if I could stream any race in history, it might be the 2012 Daytona 500.
Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar.
Now, I probably still would care if I showed the race.
Full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor.
Even if they didn't back then, the streams would have ended up being taken down at some point.
Confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleep apnea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
At Haggerty, we don't see cars as things. They're unique, alive, and loved. We buy them, wrench on them, and sometimes curse them. But most of all, we drive them. They get under our skin, the sound and smell, how they make us feel. Windows down, wide open throttle, it's what we do. Because cars are for driving. And Haggerty, is for drivers. Get a free quote at Haggerty.com.
Look at this. Endless big butterfly shrimp for us, endless steak for them.
Oh, did you know that buffet is French for happy rolling?
I take German.
Well, amigo, you just got schooled in buffetonomics.
That's rough. But hey, with SafeLight, you can get that fixed any way you want. Anywhere I want.
Oh, trouble. Caution's out.
It's your windshield. Get it fixed any way you want. The safe
First caution of the day is out. The 55 is around. After about a 20-minute green flag run to start the race.
I got somebody for that.
Who's that? The 55?
I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Corona's disease? There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may
That's
have this disease
Blake
for PD.
Lothian.
A neurology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at GoGetSomebody.com.
The Wheeling caution lights are on. The same Wheeling.
Oh, the Carol Yarbrough fight? Yeah, crazy.
On the safety vehicles here at the track are protecting first responders and communities all across America. First yellow of the afternoon. Just past 10 laps to go in the opening stage. Corey Day leading. Blake Lothian has it get away from him. He was 1 lap down in 34th.
Right, just lost it there. Being up high on the racetrack, it lacks grip as you get into the gray area up top. But then look at this.
Oh, man, that was close.
Tight. Guess who that was? None other than YouTube superstar Cleese McFarland. He's got on board. I'm sure that's an exciting view. Just tapped him. I don't know how much damage, maybe. Shouldn't be much, but if it caught the car the wrong way. But I'm sure he would have an entertaining comment off that one.
Well, it's been a tough start for him. It's also been a tough start for Jeff Burton, who had just gone a lap down. Well-timed caution for him. He's the first car 1 lap down, so Jeff will get the free pass here. And here's what you were talking about, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Cletus McFarland, he's had a couple of moments early in this race.
Welcome to the O'Reilly Series. Let's take a listen to his radio.
Down. And he almost got you. Yeah, when you said wrecking, I figured it was way ahead of me. Then I saw him and I got way too much speed.
Well, got to keep your eyes up.
A track position is big, so you probably...
So here comes pit stops. Corey Day's pitting. Pretty much everybody up front's pitting. Got 10 to go on the stage right now. They're going to cross the line for 9 to go.
Pit stall. Something to think about here, Dylan.
Yeah, and as you'd expect, they were pretty happy with the balance. Corey said he was on the loose side, but not like yesterday. That was their one major battle in practice. They'll go around here and change 4 tires. No adjustments, though, for the 17. They're happy, kid.
And you see the 2 of Jesse Love and the 7 of Justin Allgaier stopping in their boxes right now. On Jesse Love's machine, he said it trended free. Easy to get the right rear hot, but he said the track tightened up at the end, so leave it alone. They'll put tires, take fuel on that machine. And then for Justin Allgaier, he said, I'm just too free with
That's
the right
fucking
rear.
stupid.
That is where I'm struggling the most, so he's going to tighten it up. Andrew Overstreet with...
And Jesse Love is going to win the race off pit road.
2-team delivers in the race off Progressive Pit Road, +2 for him, -1 apiece for Day and Allgaier. 4 cars stay out, among them Taylor Gray, who will be the race leader for the restart when we return.
Don't let living with cancer define you. Discover an injectable immunotherapy, Opdivo Qvantig, for certain previously treated adults whose kidney cancer has spread. A chance to live longer, a treatment that's faster. Unlike an infusion that takes 30 minutes, Opdivo Qvantig lets you receive treatment quickly in as little as 3 minutes. Opdivo Qvantig can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain or fever. Report severe or persistent muscle or joint pain. Tell your doctor if you have myasthenia gravis or Guillain-Barré syndrome. Immune system problems include Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or lupus. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or receive chest radiation. Opdivo Qvantig can harm your unborn baby.
A chance to live longer. A treatment that's faster.
Ask your doctor about Opdivo Qvantig. See OpdivoQvantig.com for more information.
This is Arby's Crispy Chicken Sandwich, now available in the $7.99 meat and 3 box. Our chef describes it as prime cut, 100% all white meat chicken, but we just say it's really not good.
Arby's, we have the meat. Sometimes the best way to tell people you love them is to let a grill full of Kingsford do the talking. Kingsford, savor it.
Mayor had his hood up for a second.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to tahini it?
And Doug.
Thank you both for coming in. I'm a bit worried about Doug Jr. I know how important Liberty Mutual is to your family.
They customize car insurance to save people hundreds.
Right. Well, Doug Jr. keeps writing this.
This Jr.
Oh, at least he spelled insurance right, right?
He did not.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Caution comes out as we close on the end of stage one. A number of drivers come down.
I think we're getting the choose here.
This restart going to be electric. Our coverage on CW today brought to you by Arby's. You know, Sam Mayer's had speed all year long, but it seems like they always have some kind of an issue, and they had it here again today at Rockingham. Listen in.
Well, he's on the ball. You feel like it's got to be a plug wire? Sorry, we're not having anything going away, guys. Operator, do what you can with it for now. I don't know. So they could just be a plug wire. Or the other, the white switch.
Right, so they changed plug wires, looked at that, didn't think that was the problem. They have a on the pit wall they're going to try and fix after
Right.
this run. You see it right there. So
Gonna go back green. Just gonna be a few laps to go on the stage. Green flag's back in the air.
In charge, green flag with 6 to go, stage one.
Jesse Love to the top 3 wide up there. That can get risky. We see how little grip.
Look at Corey Day coming through.
Oh, there's Anthony Alfredo super loose in the middle. Hangs on to it, what it saved.
Alfredo, one of those drivers that stayed out trying to gain some stage points here. Corey Day dominated early from the pole, came down pit road, lost the lead coming off the pit lane, but he's been good on the restart. And tremendous battles all through the field as we fight with stage points. 5 to go.
And this is so treacherous. You saw Alfredo getting loose down into the corner. Jesse Love just tapped the wall off the 2 right there. Everyone's pushing as hard as they can to the end of the stage. And Taylor Gray just doing everything he can to hold off that fast 17, trying to cover his air.
Check out number 8 in the 3rd position, Sammy Smith. Qualified outside the top 15, disappointed. Really hadn't gained much ground in that first run of the day, so they stay out.
4 to go on the stage, side by side for the lead. Corey Day and Taylor Gray, sorry. Sammy Smith right there.
Under attack in 3 and 4. Big wiggle for the 17.
Yeah, you saw he just got pinched off there by Taylor Gray, and that's what he has to do if he's going to combat how fast Corey Day is. He just got to try and squeeze him. It's going to be almost impossible down into 1. Corey takes the lead.
3 to go in the stage, 17 on point. Brandon Jones waiting right there. Another one of those drivers that made a pit stop. He's on pressure tires. Jesse Love on board here. Oh my, 3 wide for position. Maybe not. Everybody hangs on to it.
The Hidden Valley Ranch on board, showing all sorts of moves and craziness. The entire Sammy Smith on the older tires just hanging on. Jesse Love to his favorite spot up top.
Not the same, don't see him, but there's Allgaier coming through in the bottom lane in the 7. He's up to 4th. You get out of balance on tires, and the racing just turns to electricity. Gonna come on 1 lap to go, stage 1.
And it's like Jesse Love just kept thinking this outside was going to work, and the one time it didn't, it really penalized all his momentum that he had there, making up spots as he slots in behind.
Saw the 88 of Raja Carew.
All right, this final lap of the stage coming around. Corey Day is going to pick up the stage 1 win at Rockingham.
Corey Day finishes the deal. He starts on the pole, dominates early, makes the pit stop, loses the track position, and then boom, unbelievable in that run to the.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go outside and smoke. I'll be back for the start of stage 2.
And behind him, there was a whole lot going on. What a start here at Rockingham.
crap.
This is Arby's Crispy Chicken Sandwich, now available in the $7.99 meat and 3 box. Our chef describes it as prime cut, 100% all white meat chicken, but we just say it's really fucking good.
Arby's, we have the meat.
With our heart disease and diabetes, our high LDL-C means a heart attack's a real risk. We should ask about Repatha.
You're right.
Repatha plus a statin lowers LDL-C. Do not take Repatha if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site. Ask about Repatha.
Tajin chamoy sauce, that tangy taste explosion with a fruity kick, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tajin it?
It's time to go racing under the lights.
There could be chaos here tonight. It's going to be a great night for racing.
We're going to bring home a trophy tonight.
Doing it under the lights is so special.
The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, next Saturday night from Bristol at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the CW.
Family Success System is to get the maximum award. That means accident investigation, medical investigation, means hiring expert witnesses, and guiding the client to the proper steps that they need to take. Everybody working together as a team over time to understand what needs to be done so that we're all successful, to make sure that we cover every base, to leave no stone unturned. Stanley Law, the maximum award.
There's a name for that feeling you can only find at home. For knowing no matter what's happening outside, you're safe and relaxed inside. For having a space you can be proud of and come back to day after day, year after year. Yeah, there's a name for that feeling. From windows and doors, to roofing and siding, to bathrooms, sunrooms, and more. Making the right decision for your next project all comes down to comfort.
Part of my design philosophy stems from the idea that the world is chaotic. In designing a home, I can design a refuge from that. Spectrum Mobile allows us to expand the walls of our office to the job site. I can pull up information that I otherwise wouldn't have access to. The internet is much more of a tool for us. I cannot imagine running my business without Spectrum.
Get your business free fiber-powered internet forever. Call to find out how.
A new era for SU basketball. Your Knicks head basketball coach, Jerry McNamara. The Orange Zone podcast is breaking it all down.
He said, I'm here to win. If you know me, you know that.
Making you a GMAC insider.
Intense, passionate, and he's going to bring that here to Cuse.
Giving you a look at the future of your Orange.
The basketball team needs to be good. Right? Like, that should be non-negotiable.
When you need more Orange, follow the Orange Zone. Available now.
Of those drivers that stayed out, the 4 that did in that cycle, the pit stops there right before the end of the stage, Taylor Gray, Sammy Smith, both able to hang on to a spot inside the top 10 and get stage points. And they will pit now to get their scheduled service now that the stage is complete. Here they are, Dylan.
Taylor Gray was reflecting on that charge to the end of stage 1 and was bummed to not get the stage win. Said he had a moment in turn 1, but would have liked to get that extra point. Still got 9 there at the end of stage 1. Said his biggest concern was he just felt snug on corner exit. So it looks like maybe just an air pressure adjustment, 4 tires and fuel for the 54, Kim.
Sammy Smith making his first stop of the day. They had actually intended on stopping at lap 51, that caution with everybody else, but Corey Shea called him in too late. The crew chief apologizing for that, but telling his driver, you hung on great. They did collect a couple of stage points. Sammy just saying 2 free landings, so they do make that left rear wedge adjustment you see right there.
Well, you got to be thankful you got stage points because you lose all that track position now as everybody else stays out. Let's go on board with Jesse Love. This is I mean, good night. Another show. Just hang on to that thing. Stage 2 coming up.
Okay, your home, auto, and business vehicle are all protected with Progressive. Nice. It gets a bit overwhelming running a business and a family. Ooh, sounds like someone could use a vacation. A what? A vacation. Like taking a break from the stresses of life and work.
Oh, like when I'm logging everyone's hours so I get to sit for a while.
No.
Oh, like when I'm making a delivery in my van and a song comes on that I like.
No.
So like when I take my work van to the car wash and it's all quiet in that tunnel for like 5 minutes.
No, it's like when you go away and you take pictures and I don't know, I've never been on them either.
At Credit One Bank, we believe anything's possible.
I'm on Mars! It's freezing. I'm gonna go back to the module.
But leading your team to the championship? Unlikely.
Okay, that's my personal space.
Landing a checkmate against the supercomputer?
I won.
You're in trouble.
I won.
The award goes to Greg.
Some things are out of reach.
No one's gonna believe this. I got this.
But a card with access to exceptional benefits isn't one of them. Welcome to the Credit One Bank American Express Suite. Credit One Bank for what's ahead.
ACE's Yard RX program prescribes the best lawn care specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. Plus, right now, get a $25 bonus reward by spending $150 or more on qualifying Scott's products.
Ace is the place with the helpful.
I have returned, and I have returned with food.
The best bowlers on earth step into the spotlight, where one roll can make history.
Yeah, that was about a 2.5 minute green flag run to end the stage.
One Pacific on the CW.
There's a lot of things that we do as police officers.
The focus of the firm here at Smith-Sovic is litigation and all aspects of it. We go with the expectation and the intention of winning.
We have the best trial lawyers in town. We have the most experience.
We have a winning culture here. We have great lawyers that want to win more than our competition.
We've had all different kinds of lawyers win cases, case after case, because that's what we do, and we do it very well.
Smith-Sovic is one of those places that's going to work as hard as we can to represent you. Everything we do is to win.
The CW6 News at 10. News you can use when you need it. Uncovering the facts on issues that affect you. Keeping you weather aware all week long.
We're on earlier and here for you.
The CW6 News at 10.
This week on the triple option, it's madness.
Buzzer beaters, upsets. This is what March is all about.
Men's college hoops expert Jay Phillips joins us to break it all down.
And UConn head coach Dan Hurley talks to us about Braylon Mullen's legendary game winner against Duke.
We get his take on the biggest moment of the tournament so far and what it takes to survive this time of year.
Get insight from experts and champions.
The triple option with Jay Phillips and Dan Hurley streaming now, presented by Wendy's.
Get more orange. Samantha Croston, Ashley Wenskoski, and Syracuse legend Eric Devendorf give you news and perspective on all things orange. Available on the CNY Central YouTube page. Sponsored by Apex Entertainment in Destiny, USA. You're watching CW6.
On the CW is brought to you by Arby's. We have the meats. Experian. Download the free app now. And by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. You know, when I come here to Rockingham, I feel like I've gone back in time. And one of the elements of that is the train that makes its way in from Raleigh. Let's go down to the Arby's pit box. Kyle Petty, you were over there at the train station earlier today.
Yeah, I was the greeter, man. When they got off, I was standing there telling them where to pick up their luggage. That's the way it was. It was so cool. I've been down here so many times. I've come in a car, I've come in a helicopter, flown down here. Never by train. I'm going to go by train next time. I'm going to tell you, it was so cool to see these people, and they were so excited to be here. Train left Raleigh, it stopped in Cary, stopped in Southern Pines, stops at Gate E right across, and when the race is over, be there. The train's headed back to Raleigh.
You need one of those green vests, Kyle, really. I mean, not the state trooper green vest, but if you're going to be the greeter, you got to put the vest on, you know?
Listen, you can't get a ticket on a train when you're running fast. I understand that. That's what I told those state patrolmen. I said, next time, the safe way is the train, man. They did give me a coin and said to hand it off next time I got stopped for speeding, which will probably be on the way home.
I just imagine the look on the people's faces when they get off the train and Kyle Petty's trying to take a selfie with them. Is that Kyle Petty? Kyle Petty?
I'll say this.
Hey, I was begging them to take selfies with me, man. They don't know who I am.
Three-time Rockingham winner, Kyle Petty. You know, I've been in police escorts with Kyle, and he nearly got a speeding ticket in the police escort.
He also had a slight flex when the helicopter mentioned there, of course. But I'm taking a train to Yankee Stadium on the Yankee Clipper, but if you told me there was a train that brought me to a racetrack, I might have been in heaven, by the way. That sounds so cool.
One of the cool aspects of racing here. So everything is cycle through. By the way, Blaine 3 pass. Jordan Anderson Racing has picked up 2 of those here today. The guys that pitted, Sammy Smith, Taylor Gray, going to restart outside the top 20 here after they made those stops and getting those stage points. Corey Day is in control, takes the inside.
Going back green.
Restart as we begin stage 2. Going to be just over 50 laps left after everything.
Green flag.
Through to his right, Brandon Jones.
Oh, and he spun the tires a little bit there for Corey Day. See if he's able to clear Brandon.
Stage 2 is underway here
You have the distance
at Rockingham Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina.
He's able to clear him off the 2. That's the reason you pick the inside, is it just gives you a little bit of a distance advantage, but you got to get him cleared before turn 2.
Brandon Jones slides in second. Got to give some love to William Sawalich. Having a great day. Made his way into some stage points there at the end of that opening stint of the race. Now racing Justin Allgaier for third. They're side by side, and right behind him another Chevy and Toyota.
Man.
And the 2 is Jesse Love, who shoots out a line. Racing with Roger Caruth. They had that long conversation last week.
A little bit of history from last week there. I don't know if that was truly intentional by Roger. He was trying to get to the inside, but definitely tagged the rear bumper of Jesse
Sheldon
Love.
Creed's not running great right now, running in 14th.
That's the second time Jesse Love has gotten that outside wall down.
Tiger's
the
up
backstretch.
8-6.
One time by himself. Let's take a look back here. So Jesse slots up at the same time. Roger's coming down the track, mistimes it, tags his rear bumper. They somehow get away with it.
Ryan Sieg has cracked the top 10.
What we saw last week in Martinsville. Both these drivers should have finished in the top 10, but the back and forth really hurt their chances late.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where you let your emotions get the better of you and not
Where's
look
the
at
dog?
the bigger picture. They
There's
both
the
stopped
dog.
each other from having better results than they should have had. And I think they left this not really apologizing, but just thinking, you know, we both disagree on how that went down. But I loved Raj's comments to us yesterday in practice where he stood firm in his ground of saying, I don't know what the conversation really solved, but I'm ready to move on and I'm racing my race.
I love that he's a student of the game and searching respect. I love the leadership and the maturity of Jesse Love in that situation. Good battle for a spot here inside the top 10. Great day going for Jeremy Clements in the 51. He was top 10 here a year ago. Retzloff did get stage points, so he's backing up his good day here from last season. And now we go full throttle with Sound Gear. Wherever sound is a problem, Sound Gear has the solution. Scan the QR code. Soundgear.com. Turn it up.
Aren't they crazy up there? Well, at least Chester's normal. Nah, he's not. He's not normal.
This place is so fast.
Too bad we didn't see Casey Kane this year. That'd have been fun. Saw him in this race last year.
Showing the speed, but to experience what it is inside the race cars. Dean Thompson's off pit road here. Gotta think it's caused an issue. I knew he was off pace there for, I saw maybe a corner or two ago.
Well, we talked so much in the last handful of weeks about Sam Hunt Racing and the frustrations and the disappointment. You know, Dean had a great run last week at Martinsville, was good here a season ago with a stage win, and Harrison Burton has been good here. He's 11th right now. What was the problem for the 26 unscheduled stop?
Yeah, flat right front for Dean Thompson, so very upset about it. They had high
So
hopes
Dean
for
Thompson pitting.
last weekend's top 10 at Martinsville, and remember they finished 11th last year here at the Rock. But as we look at this onboard from Jesse Love, the Hidden Valley Ranch onboard, that contact with Caruth, Jesse was hot under the helmet, yelled, "The side of my car is killed." It was expletive laced. Now he does have a different spotter in his ear this weekend, and I talked to crew chief Danny Stockman about this. Mike Dillon on top of the
racing is here, that's got to be very challenging as a driver.
It is, especially in those moments on the restarts. As you go to the flow of a race, it's pretty simple to adjust to a spotter, especially one with the experience that Mike Dillon has. But, you know, it's just, it's all about timing. And we talk about this all the time, especially at speedways where, you know, you got to get to a point in your spotter, you do get this point naturally where you can sense from their voice inflections how close the move is, where the other cars are. But you get thrown someone else, it can be an adjustment for sure. And so it just takes you out of your normal moves. But I think Mike, I know, has a lot of experience on the spotter stand, and I don't think that situation particularly was maybe spotter as much as just close racing.
Racing there with Jeff Burton, and you saw Taylor Gray. Here he is in the 54 up in front of him. Taylor second in stage one after staying out when Minnie pitted right at 10 laps to go, trying to drive back through after losing that track position. 20th, trying to get to 19th here, racing the 32 of Andrew Patterson. Andrew doing an outstanding job in his second career start.
Really good run here. Just really consistent. Been inside the top 20 times. Was ahead of his teammate Jeff Burton for a while in that first stage, so just doing a great job.
The other driver that had stayed out, picked up some stage points and lost the track position on the cycle, Sammy Smith, being scored in the 16th spot right now. This is for 7th, Raja Karut, Jeremy Clements. Where things getting physical, ride with Jeff Burton here, and boom, you'll have that at Rockingham.
It starts with Celsius. Feel I can feel good about it. I'm gonna need it. I'm training for life. From after-school pickups to meal prep to a 12-hour night shift. I don't have time to get ready. I've got to skate ready.
Dawn Patrol starts with a Celsius. I got a whole day to seize. First it's cardio, then it's a race against the clock and refuel. I've got 48 to do in 24.
It's 4:49 a.m. Grab a Celsius, lock in. I've got a goal to hit and a deck to conquer. A party to be the life of and all the essential energy I need to do it.
This is the story of the one who doesn't just see a broken dock. He sees lost revenue, a late night, and work stalled to a halt. Thankfully, he has the experience to handle whatever comes his way and has Grainger on his side, offering access to technical product specialists and the scale to deliver fast, so he can keep his business in gear and always moving forward. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Longer days means more time to show off my spring outfits. A little to the left, Dylan.
You got it, Coles, Mom.
Standout looks start at Kohl's. Find styles for the family. Plus get 15% off at KohlsandKohls.com.
Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Seal. The easy way to stop leaks fast. Flex Seal sprays out as a thick liquid. And when it dries, it turns to a flexible rubber coating. In 2011, we did this. We replaced the bottom of this boat with a screen door and covered it in Flex Seal. Not only does it stay afloat, but the inside is completely dry. With millions of cans sold, people trust Flex Seal. Get Flex Seal, now with a great new look.
I'm Chad. I work for a professional football team, and I earned my degree online from SNHU. It fit with my schedule. Mondays, Tuesdays, those are packing days. I can get all my assignments done. Wednesday, we're on the practice field. Thursday, initial discussion post is due. We're going to leave on Friday. We're playing an East Coast trip. I'm going to take advantage of the time spent on the bus and even in the hotel room to finish any of my other coursework that I needed to do prior to kickoff on Sunday. SNHU and the support system, they make it possible. Go to snhu.edu.
Tajin Chile Lime Sauce. Mild with major Chile lime flavor. It takes snacks to a whole other level. What's your way to Tajin?
Half protection is not enough. Using just an antivirus online is also not enough. Get better protection from online threats. Get NordVPN now.
New Skechers Aeroburst. Running shoes that push the laws of aerodynamics. It all starts with Skechers Hyperburst technology. Supercritical foam that gives Aeroburst unbelievable response and propulsion. Plus a carbon-infused H-plate that returns more energy. Skechers Aeroburst.
Test your luck and make your power play by heading to your local lottery retailer to get in the game for tonight's estimated Powerball jackpot of $217 million. A couple of drivers, I would say, that have hit the jackpot in this race. One, of Corey Day, who's leading all these laps. The other, we were talking about him going to break. I referenced Jeremy Clements. Man, he has been impressive here today. We go to our Powerball Power Movers to see Clements is on the board at plus.
Oh, trouble, Jeremy Clements! Jeremy Clements around. Announcer jinx.
Caution lights are illuminated. It's for the 51 Clements, who was 9. Jeremy, I'm sorry.
He's absolutely going to call you when he watches this back and say, come on, Adam, what was that?
Now, I will say it.
That was a 10-minute green flag run there.
That is true.
So, you know,
I can attest to that.
Good news is, great save, kept it off the wall. We got a long way to go today, and he has established, got an incredible race car.
Yeah, and the way that car jumped out, I have to wonder if he had a couple wiggles the prior laps off of 4. He got really close to Roger Cruz a couple laps before that off the corner. I don't know if he maybe has a tire going down, but the way that car just snapped, it wiggled and it just goes right there. So slightly odd. You know, we mentioned earlier in the race how at a repave you don't want to go into that gray, but they've really moved the groove up in this.
Josh Williams will get the free pass.
That is odd how it just sort of snapped around on.
Josh Williams gets the free pass, scored in the 27th position. Williams, another driver that finished top 10 here in Rockingham a year ago.
But it's also an example if he doesn't, you know, if they don't see the tires low there or going down, it's just the knife edge you are on around this place, especially when you're leaning on that right rear. You don't have a lot of leeway. There's not a lot of give. You're really on a really tight edge in terms of how much you can slide that right rear and hang it out before it's going to overheat and just give out like his.
1-800-PACK-RAT onboard camera. Looking into the eyes and now over the shoulder of Austin Hill, who's 13th. A team that has not made a lot of progress here today.
No, and he seemed optimistic in our pre-race when we talked to him. But they just have not seemingly had the handle here on the 21. Fell back pretty hard in the first stage.
Came in top 5 in points, won the season opener at Daytona, but could have won Atlanta. Had a really good outing at Coda, some bumps in the road since then. Darlington, the one that really got him. Other than that, been top 12 on a regular basis so far in 2026. You know, we're at an interesting time. A lot of drivers flip the stage at the end of stage 1, but that caution was with 10 to go. You got 25 to go here. And Jesse Love, you know, who got into the wall there, comes down. A few others, including Clements, who had the slide to bring out the caution. But most of those front runners staying out right now. Just a little too much time left in the stage to give up the track position. Here's Jesse Love, Kim.
Yeah, Jesse, just a little closer to neutral on the last run, a bit snug in the center, but he doesn't feel like he's losing speed there. Feels like he loses speed from being free on exit, so they will look for a slight adjustment on that 2 car as he makes a stop in his box right now.
Well, we're probably going to get a show. You put him back there and watch him drive through. Track position has been a big deal, but if anybody can make it work, I think Love can.
He has not been afraid to move around this racetrack and get to the high side big time.
And driving angry is a thing, is it not?
It is.
Okay, now that you've bundled your
Drive angry.
you're ready to hit the open road.
Or set sail on your Mexican.
Tomato. And because you save time and money, you can just go where the road takes you.
Ooh, nothing but smooth sailing.
Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Okay, looks like we're in ship shape. Yarr, shiver me timbers.
That's an impression of a pirate.
Boat.
This is Arby's Crispy Chicken Sandwich, now available in the $7.99 meat and 3 box. Our chef describes it as prime cut, 100% all white meat chicken, but we just say it's really good.
Arby's, we have the meat.
With our heart disease and diabetes, our high LDL-C means a heart attack's a real risk. We should ask about Repatha.
You're right.
Repatha plus a statin lowers LDL-C. Do not take Repatha if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site. Ask about Repatha.
Tajin chamoy sauce, that tangy taste explosion with a fruity kick, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tajin it?
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 45. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
The wheeling caution lights are on. What you're seeing on the track right now is the same wheeling emergency warning technology used by police, fire, and EMS vehicles across America. Trusted every day to protect those who protect us. Getting ready for the restart here. Corey Day once again takes the inside lane. Now look at those top four prior to the choose. You got two teenagers, a 20-year-old, a 29-year-old, and it's incredible what these young drivers are doing, and Day's leading the charge.
And I've seen Corey Day learning in real time. I just saw him do some.
Sam Ayers 6 laps down, still on pit road.
The back stretch, just getting the rear tires prepped better.
Get ready to go back
That
green.
That last restart, which didn't get the best launch, to see if he does a better job this time.
21 laps to go, stage 2, as we get the green
flag.
Once again here at Rockingham.
On a way better start for him as Brennan Jones spins the tires. There on the outside, checks up the rear. The whole line there, William Swallows got very sideways.
Swallows said, I'll race my teammate, trying to get second away from Jones. He settles in line. Second, third, and fourth, all from Joe Gibbs Racing. Teammates from JRM looking at it for fifth. Allgaier is there, and Raja Karut continues to climb.
Corey Day vaults away once again into the safety of clean air. Justin Allgaier looks at a trio of Gibbs cars he's going to try and get through.
Riding on board with Quapple here, using that outside lane. Racing with Carruth, and right behind Raja, 99 Parker Retzloff having a day. You know, Sheldon Creed had drifted outside the top 10. Double Zero is back. And look who's right there with him. Harrison Burton into 24. They absolutely have to have this.
They need this day. This year has gotten off to such a tough start, but last weekend showed some light at the end of the tunnel, leading laps at Martinsville Place. He's won, and this looks like a classic Harrison Burton day that we saw last year when he was at AM Racing. He just would find a way to methodically get better and end up with a great finish, and right now putting themselves in a way better position. Then they started just moving through the field. This is what we expect to see out of Harrison Burton.
Well, you referenced last year what he was able to do driving for AM Racing. AM did not come this weekend. They backed out, not racing. Hopefully we'll see him again before the season is out, but missing the 25 here at Rockingham.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Nick Sanchez. We hope that we'll see him back at the racetrack soon in AM Racing. They had a tough start to the year not to be here. A young talent who won last year, you want to see him in a race car.
You know, if you go back behind that group, Harrison Burton is there, Austin Hill, not too far behind them, knocking on the door of the top 10, the 854, Sammy Smith, Taylor Gray. Remember, they have a little bit fresher tires. They stayed out, ran it long at the end of the stage to get those stage points, so they compromised their track position, but they're starting to get some of it back here. Huge for them.
This was a big question mark coming into today, right?
Corey Day has led all but 5 laps today. All but 6 laps, sorry.
Yesterday, they felt like the tire wear was, a little larger than we had last year. The fall off was a little greater. So, oh wow, what a move there by Sheldon to the bottom.
Thinking 2 for 1,
Maybe he backed out. Yeah, that was smart. It's so enticing to do that because as he tries to complete this on Carson Quapple off a 2, the way it's shaped down into 1, you can shortcut the track a lot of ways, but when you get there, suddenly you go, uh-oh, I've got to actually turn. And so that was smart of him to back out.
Talking about these young drivers at the front. 20-year-old is leaving. 18-year-old now second as Sawalich dives around Brandon Jones.
Yeah, Jesse Love had pitted on that last caution. That's why he's back in 27th. Not many people pitted.
And, you know, the 18 grade last year involved in a crash, and they're showing what they have once again here today, Dylan.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They were running third last year at the end of stage 1 before that contact. So spoke to Jeff Mendering, and he felt like they were going to be just as strong today. But that's kind of been the story of the year. They've had some flashes of speed. They just need to put it all together. They feel like they're actually even better than last year at a lot of these places. Just have had some bad luck and some bad circumstances. So just kind of finished the deal here, and they're already further along in this race than they were a year ago. And the 18 has been pretty happy with his balance all day long, too.
The one thing they've done as well this year, they've got some stage points to minimize the damage when they've had those days where they recorded a DNF or the latter part of the race didn't go their way. So even though they've had the problems, they come into today 14th in the standings right there for a chase position. Rick Cruz went around his teammate, so put the 19 into third, and Allgaier working over Jones now for the 4th position. 7's been pretty quiet since the early going.
Yeah, he's been hanging out there, I think, just doing veteran things that we see out Justin all the time. But one of the things that caught my eye there was as William Smallish got by Brendan Jones.
Long runs at Rockingham are so good. They really are.
That allowed Brent Cruz to get inside of him, and then Justin to get to his rear bumper, and it just this race
sounds so beautiful.
Race last year in terms of it's definitely
they're just screaming, man.
Brandon used that higher lane right here, 1 and 2. It's gotten wider, but the dominant line is definitely the same, but it still is finicky in that it doesn't give you a lot of room for mistakes. If you have a moment, you pay the price not only for that corner, but it seems like 2 or 3 corners after that. If you overheat those rear tires, you got to give them a chance to cool down as Allgaier's now there to the inside.
When 10 laps, now 9 to go in the stage, you want to get every position you can because it helps your situation when you come onto pit road. It creates a little bit of an opportunity to win a battle there, maybe 2, that insert some track position as you get ready for that final stage. Racing hard as they come off the corner and back to 8 laps remaining in the stage.
How cool is that? They all went to the top right there. Brandon and Justin to the highest lane. Then Justin turns down, diamonds the corner, shortcuts it, and gets the run down the straightaway. That's the rock right there. That's awesome.
Allgaier to 4th as you check the numbers on Brandon Jones. And we go back to the front. Haven't said enough about Corey Day because he's been checked out. He's led the most laps by a Hendrick car in Rockingham in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series today since Brett Bodine in 1985. He led over 100, went on to win the race. And when you think about, 2 of the last 3 races, Day has led laps. But it's been in little spurts. Today, he's just got the stick out and hit him over the head.
This is a special performance, and it started yesterday with winning the pole. But, considering he hadn't been here in the O'Reilly Series before, his, watching his maturation and his learning of these cars and understanding the aero and his great runs that he's had have led to this moment. But this is definitely the breakout performance that we've seen of Corey Day in the season, and it's once again a testament that we said with those great runs as to why Rick Hendrick and Jeff Gordon and Kyle Larson have spoken his praises. This is what they expected out of that young man. He's delivered.
Okay, he might be out of balance on tires later because he made the pit stop here. But Jeremy Clements, after the slide comes down pit road, he is driving through already back to the top 10, showing just how fast that car is, and he goes right around Quapple for 9.
Can't keep a good man down, not even you, Adam.
I'm so afraid to say good things about
what are you doing?
But here he is, plus 16, as you look at our Powerball power movers.
That's awesome. Good for him. It's awesome to see this run.
Sam Mayer's 15 laps down. He is on track, though. Last place.
He did spin out there. There's another wiggle. I was going to say, it's still on the edge.
I've been still running 9th after his spin.
Towards the front.
4 to go on the stage, Dylan.
Yeah, and the 1 is fading. They've got a potential brake issue. Carson said that the brake pedal was getting long, and that's progressed to a vibration that Rodney Childers just thinks are the rotors that are basically shaking. So they told him to leave the brake fan.
3 to go on the stage.
But just monitoring that situation. He's been really tight all day. I'm not sure if that's caused him to have to use more brake, and it's maybe led to something like this, but they're monitoring this situation and just trying to nurse it home to stage 2.
Yeah, there's a few reasons as to why that can happen. So what happens is if you're using a lot of brake and heating them up, and then they cool down a ton down the straightaways, and with those brake fans, they can get warm and sort of get some of that.
Corey Day continuing to lead. He's led all but 6 laps so far today.
You can overheat them, obviously the pedal can get
Allgaier passing Brett Cruz for 3rd.
It's likely the case where it's been that they're cooling down too much, because as you go through the runs here, you historically...
And here's the final lap of the stage. Corey Day, your leader.
Throttle at that point as a big moment.
Hey, I said into stage 1, watch the 7. Really good on the long haul. Should get a long run final stage, longest of the day, and we've seen Allgaier really deliver in the latter part
And the
of the
first
run.
green flag run was the longest of the day.
Starts on the pole. The only laps he didn't lead in a cycle of strategy at the end of stage 1.
And Corey Day will win stage 2 at Rockingham.
He's got 20 this afternoon with a stage sweep. First 2 career stage victories for Corey Day, who's been absolutely...
It was a little under a 11-minute green flag run, about 10:45. I'm going to go outside and smoke. I'll be back for the start of the final stage.
The man everybody's talking about in Rockingham, North Carolina, is Corey Day. Driving 17, has it in the win.
Colonel Sanders, you want to take all this hot and crispy chicken, fries, and a drink and give it to people for how little?
Who do you think you are? I'm a finger-licking machine. Finger-licking machine.
It's just too much chicken for too little.
The Colonel's bringing you the KFC Value Feast. Get it today, starting at $7.
If you have wet AMD or DME, you never want to lose sight of the things you love. And your condition doesn't have to steal the moment. Long-lasting EYLEA HD delivers powerful vision improvements that can save your vision for the future. EYLEA HD is the only treatment for wet AMD and DME that helped at least 8 out of 10 people go up to 4 months between injections after 3 initial monthly treatments. Don't take EYLEA HD if you have an eye infection, eye pain, redness, or are allergic to it. Eye injections like EYLEA HD may cause eye infection, separation of the retina, rare but severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye, or increased eye pressure. There is an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke. There's still so much to see. Ask about next generation EYLEA HD, a treatment retina specialists trust.
Tajin chile lime sauce, mild with major chile lime flavor. It takes snacks to a whole other level. What's your way to Tajin?
Tuesday, after Stand and Deliver breaks the house down, NXT on the CW goes all in. All of this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
Ryan Phelps Auto Sales in Rome is open, joining Auburn, Sodus, and Phoenix. Ryan Phelps started selling cars as a high school teacher 16 years ago, and the growth never stopped. Ryan's goal is to be the best at really bad credit financing, but carry an A-plus reputation.
Just because your credit's bad doesn't mean you have to buy from some place like this. My staff cares about its reputation, so it's certainly going to care about you.
Visit RyanPhelps.com and see why from Rochester to Utica, everyone's buying from Ryan.
Knowing there's a solid roof over everything you've built. There's a name for that feeling. With roofing projects, quality materials, experienced installers, and lasting value are essential. But making the right decision all comes down to comfort. Call today for 50% off and pay nothing until 2027.
Artificial intelligence
can create a realistic deepfake attack in just a few minutes.
Spotlight on America investigates.
Good enough to fool, the parent of a child.
AI deep fakes.
Monday at 10 on the CW6.
Hi everyone, it's Why Am I a Mets Fan with me, Samantha Croston, and me, Ashley Winskowski.
I think Nolan McLean could be the future ace of this Mets team.
I'm not sure that the New York Mets are a playoff team. This is Why Am I a Mets Fan. You've gotta watch.
As we head into our final stage of the day, it's time to refuel. And Arby's has got you covered with a $7.99 meat and 3 box that's loaded with all your Arby's favorites. Your choice of a sandwich, plus mozzarella sticks, curly fries, a peach cobbler roll, and a small drink. Scan the QR code to order now in the Arby's app. Arby's, we have the meats. And since we're doing that Arby's thing, let's go to the Arby's pit box. Kyle Petty with us today. Hey, even you can say good things about Corey Day. I mean, the guy has just been remarkable, Kyle.
He has been incredible. I think we saw it in that piece before in pre-race when Mark Martin talked about it, Jeff Burton, Jamie McMurray, Matt Kenseth, they talked about it. I think Corey Day's the only one that paid attention to that piece. Patience, respect for the racetrack, understand, get in that Rockingham rhythm. He is doing what we've seen so many guys in the past, whether it's David Pearson, Dale Earnhardt Sr., Mark Martin, when he won so many races down here, they just get in that rhythm and they can do no wrong. On the racetrack, he's biding his time, making moves when he has to. And yeah, it looks easy when you're leading, but Parker knows it. Sometimes it's harder when you're leading to get into that rhythm and stay.
Good point. Really big right now, you execute on pit road.
Right.
You
Yeah,
want to
it's very
maintain
important.
the track position and keep control of the race.
And that team has had some occasional issues on pit road at times, but they've been very clean here today. And if you want to execute a full race, this is one of those important moments to nail this stop.
Last time a Hendrick car swept the stages, last May at Charlotte, William Byron took stage 1, stage 2, went on to win the race. He's a series champion. Corey Day looking like one here today. Progressive pit road is open. Wow. With a movement there as we come onto the pit lane. Here they are, Dylan.
William Sawallisch will be the first one to peel off from second set. He was loose in. He has been that way the last couple of runs. Felt like he wore out the right front there. He'll change 4 tires and add fuel. Corey Day said he trended tight. That's built in slowly each run today. Not going to overreact with a chassis adjustment. Just want to get some longevity into it, Kim.
Yeah, for Brent Cruz, very happy with that race car. He said if we get this thing in clean air, it's going to be a bad deal for everyone else. You see the crew going to the left side, 4 fresh year tires. Sunoco field just felt really tight on exit. You see Justin Allgaier right there on the right side of your screen. You saw that chassis adjustment. That was for rear lateral. He needed more security, but he also needed the front tires to be freer. So Andrew Overstreet making air pressure adjustments about that.
Race off Progressive pit road. Ryan Sieg had pitted at lap 96, so they come down here maybe playing a little strategy. Jesse Love does stay out. And I look right there, Corey Day lost 5 positions.
Corey Day loses the lead here.
Compromised here, but we get the restart. You see the race off, final stage on the way from Rockingham on CW.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the stuff you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Eco, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery, or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
You want your vehicle to look showroom new, inside and out? Cerakote, the industry leader in ceramic coatings, makes it easy with our complete car care system. Start every wash with Cerakote's high foam vehicle shampoo. Then clean the interior, coat your tires, paint, plastics, and even restore cloudy headlights and faded trim back to like new. The final result? Unmatched performance and long-lasting protection, guaranteed. With over 80,000 5-star reviews and more #1 bestsellers than any other brand, you can trust Cerakote. Buy now.
Ooh, look at those pork chops with Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning. Yes, please. Ranch seasoned, savory, and sizzling. Hidden Valley Ranch, only serious about flavor.
Runners will do anything to cut through the wind. Why? When you can go fast the easy way, the Skechers Aeroburst. High-performance running shoes designed to cut through the wind with unbelievable speed. Plus, they're ultra lightweight and feature Goodyear rubber. Go fast in Skechers Aeroburst.
That's rough. But hey, with SafeLight, you can get that fixed any way you want.
Anywhere I want.
It's your windshield. Get it fixed any way you want with SafeLight.
SafeLight repair, SafeLight replace.
Out there, one plate. In here, as many plates as you want. Plates and plates and plates and plates and plates and plates of protein. Out there, teeny tiny shrimp.
But in here, big butterfly shrimp.
In here, you have a choice. Out there, madness. Since the dawn of time, man has been plagued by itch and irritation from not wiping clean. What man didn't realize is that wetter cleans better. See how Wet Dude Wipes completely clears while Dry TP smears? Ditch the itch and switch to Wet Extra Large Dude Wipes for the best clean, pants down.
Dude, check that out.
You made it!
So excited to finally get together. I know. This took us too long.
NASCAR on the CW is brought to you by Golden Corral. Golden Corral honors our nation's heroes. Progressive Insurance. Get in the savings lane today. Visit progressive.com. And by the Credit One Bank. NASCAR American Express Car. Back at Rockingham, and now we do our golden moment, brought to you by Golden Corral. You know, one of the other problems that you face when you come to Rockingham is this pit road. It can be a tough place. And a tight moment here for Raja Peru coming in.
Yeah, you referenced it when we were coming on the pit road. Here's the checkup, and he goes, whoa! They checked up way faster than he anticipated. That happens when any pit road you come on. If there's a big gap, you got to anticipate that everyone sort of condenses. It gets an accordion effect, and you got to anticipate where you need to slow up.
I thought maybe he was looking at his gauges to get right coming in, and then looks up. It's like, no, don't text while you're driving.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's really what you accelerate really quick to get to the rear bumper, but then sometimes you miss time. And I used to just always run in the rear bumper of the person in front of me and say, sorry.
Getting ready for the restart. Aerial coverage provided by GovX.
All right, here we go.
It was fuel only.
Back green at Rockingham.
96. And Love is in control. Corey Day restarts inside of that fourth row as we get going once again at Rockingham. Final stage underway.
And Jesse went straight up the racetrack. He had a big push there from William Sawalich on the restart, but then just couldn't hold it.
Jesse Love and Ryan Sieg on the front row.
Down into one. Let's see if he can fight back on the outside in 3 and 4.
Also want to pay
Battling side by side.
down there. He was out of balance on tires because of
Sorry,
that
that's
schedule stop
Sawalich
they had made. Got
on the
a
front
speeding
row.
Penalty, so Jeremy Clements fans going to have to watch him drive through the field again. Brandon Jones sliding wide. Allgaier comes through. Sawalich back.
Oh, here comes Cruz for second. Oh, makes contact with Sawalich, almost puts him in the wall.
Between teammates, Ryan Sieg now a part of the mix in the 39.
Red Cruz wanted to go. He got the inside, but got squeezed there by Sawalich. And Sawalich paid the price of getting knocked up the racetrack. Just a hip check there because the awkward angle that Fred Cruz got into the corner, didn't have the side force, got away from him and got into his teammate.
Boy, Jesse Love getting the lead here and pulling away. He made that pit stop at lap 96, just rode around taking care of his tires, and it's paying off right now as we go back and watch these young teammates going at it.
Yeah, and that's just the force so low there, Brett Cruz, because of them being on the inside of Jesse Love at one point. He had such an awkward angle into turn 3. There was no way he was to get that car turned without sliding up the racetrack a little bit where he met his teammate William Sawalich.
Combination of strategy and not as good an execution as you would like on the pit lane has put Corey Day behind the 8 ball for the first time today. He's back there in the 8th position. We'll find out what he has right here. Watching Sammy Smith in the 8. Didn't qualify great. Stayed out there at the end of stage 1 to get some points, but he's back up to 12th in the running order.
He's been fighting all day. Every time we check in with Sammy Smith, it just seems like he's in a battle from all sides inside that 8 car. He wasn't happy with it after practice or qualifying, and I think that showed up the race and just trying to have one of those days where you put together the best race you can. You get done with days like this, if their success is relative, it can be just a top 10, and you think, you know what, I got everything.
Oh, Joe, man. That was almost big.
28's Kyle Sieg, Jeff Burton in the 27. See Brennan Poole there as well in the 44.
Kyle Sieg saved it.
Outside the top 15.
Not to make contact.
Or that congestion off of 2. When cars are side by side, it can cause a lot of checkups.
Taylor Gray,
Jesse Love, my win pick leading.
the strategy game at
I
the
feel like
end
my
of
win
stage
picks won
1,
multiple
was
times this
second
year.
in the stage. Got those 9 stage points, but lost the
Probably
track
find that out.
position. 54 starting to drive back to the front. He's 15. It's been a good day for Joe Gibbs Racing. 3 of their Toyotas in the top 7. Gray the only one that is not, and it's because of the
I
games
did it.
they have
I won
played
Daytona for the
chasing
O'Reilly
points here
Series.
today.
Taylor Gray seems to struggle a little bit on the short run, I've noticed, and it, especially to the mid-course.
Did not win
At
Atlanta.
the end of stage 1, it came back to him on the long run. That's tough when you've got to survive with a car that
Did win
doesn't
Coda.
quite get a go when you want it there on the restarts, and then try to navigate your way forward, a place that's hard to pass, high speed like this. It's tough to be patient, let it come back to you. This has really
I got
worked out
Phoenix,
for Jesse
too.
Love, where he was able to stay in that clean air. It's exactly what he and Danny Stockman wanted, but Brent Cruz
It's 3 for 4.
is coming fast.
The clean air is everything, but there is a difference on tires here. And even though Love rode around to take care of his at the end of the stage, did a great job executing the plan.
I got it at Las Vegas. Man, I've gotten most of them right this year, actually.
Tell you what, Brent Cruz is right there.
And you saw Jesse
What about
Love's
Darlington?
right hand there. That was the brake bias knob. He was twisting to the right, possibly going to the rear. Feels like it could be a little tight right now. Trying to
No,
get
I didn't
that
get
car turned
Darlington.
down into the corner better. We saw him go straight up the racetrack on the restart, so just trying to move that bias towards the back and get the car rotated better.
And these two racing each other has opened the door for Justin Allgaier, who's up to 3rd in as good a position really as he's been in a while. And we have loved his car over the long haul today.
No, I didn't get it at Martinsville.
Allgaier. Now we're in
But
the
I'm
final
4 for
stage.
7 so far on correct
And
picks
Day
this
is
year.
under attack. He's back there in 8th, and Parker Retzloff right in his hip pocket.
Well, one of the things we heard
For the O'Reilly
that
Series.
there was that he felt like it was building tighter and they didn't make a major adjustment. Remember, he's been in clean air almost this entire race except for that one restart. Now in dirtier air, I was wondering if they fell back, if they'd have to make a bigger adjustment. As Cruz to the inside of Love.
Battle for the race lead. Here he is. Just turned 18 years old. Brent Cruz won the ARCA East race here last year, and he now leads in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, driving around the reigning champ, Jesse Love. How
Brett
good
Cruz
does it
to the
feel
lead.
to be barely 18 at a tough racetrack, and in your rearview mirror, the last 2 guys that have won championships at this level. Allgaier is 3rd, looking to the outside, and he's going to get 2nd away from Love, and William Sawalich, who's having a great day, could be the next to drive through.
Yeah, this was a tough spot for Jesse Love to be able to combat that move by Allgaier to the outside. Once he got to the right,
Brent Cruz, your
he
leader,
was able
though.
to give up the spot, essentially. Just being on a bit of a tire deficit. Can't give more, Jesse.
Couple things we need to take note on Jesse Love. First of all, came on the radio and said he felt like he had vibration in the brakes, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then the other thing we talked about, the strategy play, because of the race they've had, they came down lap 96, took tires, he babied those tires to make it through the restart here and make it into the next stop. But the thing we need to note, he stopped on 96. The other cars stopped on 125. That is about a 30-lap deficit in terms of the window he'll have to come earlier for fuel. And so what he risks is he's going to have to come earlier. You do not want to pit under green at Rockingham if you can help it. So they're going to hope for a caution. Most of the crew chiefs I talked to said, you know, if you pit at the end of stage 2, you're going to run as long as you can into that final stage, hoping you get a caution so you don't have to pit under green. So Jesse Love, that was a good strategy call based on the race they've had. They will have to pit a little bit earlier if we go green before the rest of the field, Dylan.
And something else to note on the Corey Day car is he's back to 9th right now. Adam Wall, the crew chief, purposely didn't make a big adjustment on that last stop because they were planning to be at the front of the field, but lost all that track position in the cycle of the pit stops.
Corey Day led most of this race, but he's running 9th right now on both stages. At 118 laps.
That's exactly what I was referencing was they didn't make these adjustments. They had a slower stop here. It looks like on the right side, possibly in the right front. Just a tick slower there. So basically it put them a little further back than they wanted to be, and you've got to make adjustments for that. If you're tight, you end up just with a car that's going to be worse as you get back in traffic and that dirty air compared to what you had up front. Also, the track is changing. That's some of the risk you run if you lead a race and dominate it with a little bit of inexperience. You don't know what to tell your crew chief to change as you go into that third stage.
You've fallen to 9th, back to 8th is Corey Day, getting around Ryan Sieg, who's on those older tires. How about the young superstar out front, Brent Cruz leading at Rockingham.
Brent Cruz, your leader.
Longer days means more time to show off my spring outfits. A little to the left, Dylan.
You got it, close, Mom.
Standout looks start at Kohl's. Find styles for the family, plus get 15% off at KohlsandKohls.com.
Don't let living with cancer define you. Discover an injectable immunotherapy, Opdivo Qvantig, for certain previously treated adults whose kidney cancer has spread. A chance to live longer, a treatment that's faster. Unlike an infusion that takes 30 minutes, Opdivo Qvantig lets you receive treatment quickly in as little as 3 minutes. Opdivo Qvantig can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain or fever. Report severe or persistent muscle or joint pain. Tell your doctor if you have myasthenia gravis or Guillain-Barré syndrome. Immune system problems include Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or lupus. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or receive chest radiation, Opdivo Qvantig can harm your unborn baby.
A chance to live longer. A treatment that's faster.
Ask your doctor about Opdivo Qvantig. See OpdivoQvantig.com for more information.
Oh, Jesse Love is slow. He's pitting. Is he in trouble, or is this just a scheduled pit stop? I doubt it's a scheduled pit stop. I think he's in trouble.
The irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to tahini it?
Half protection is not enough. Using just an antivirus online is also not enough. Get better protection from online threats. Get NordVPN now.
Just gotta pay myself. Nice. Hi, I'm you, with more gusto. My hair's growing back. Team's taking a new flow. It's just me. Correction. Team of 7. We're growing, Mikey. Get payroll that grows with you. It's beautiful.
This is Arby's Christmas.
Oh yeah, this definitely has an issue. They're taking a while to stop, so this is bad for Jesse Love.
Chef describes it as
gonna be his day.
100% all white.
I mean, he might still be able to, you know, go out there and run laps, but it's gonna ruin his chance of winning.
Haven't you ever made a mistake you wanted to forget about?
Would have thought you'd mentioned being married before.
I didn't realize Maggie hadn't told you about us.
Well, Maggie tells me you won't be around very long anyways.
You have 2 guys competing for your attention. Find out why he's really here.
You're under arrest for criminal negligence.
Very long pit stop there for Jesse Love.
We still be together.
There's more to this than you're letting on.
Beautiful Saturday afternoon in Rockingham, North Carolina. You're watching the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on CW, brought to you by Arby's. While we were in break, you saw it side-by-side, unscheduled pit stop for Jesse Love. Let's listen to two-team radio presented by Starkey. Scan the QR code now.
So I know what the dying here. Vibrating so bad, racetrack. I get the corner and second just up to me. Now the right front was blue. Good on. Put the right sides on.
So you heard that in-car audio from the 2-car of Jesse Love. They came down, they looked at the wheel studs, ready to put a spacer in. Ultimately, you kind of heard the tail end of that radio, loose right front wheel on Jesse Love's machine.
In that exchange, he loses 3 laps. 33rd right now is our reigning champ. And his buddy's on the other end of it. Brent Cruz on cruise control right now. 92 to go, and he's out front.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate for Jesse Love. When you talk about a loose wheel, especially in a place this fast, that vibration and how much you're in the throttle and in the corner around here, you heard him describe it. He couldn't even see. It's tough to describe what that vibration is like, but it feels like the world is shaking around you. An earthquake is occurring inside that race car, so it's incredibly hard to drive. Had to pit.
Corey Day trying to race the 1. Carson Quapple for 7th. They've gone back and forth here. Day's been a bit of a yo-yo since we got the restart. Lost some positions, has gained some back, and working over Quapple here down to the inside.
Not quite going to work for him. Didn't have the positive momentum off of 4. Quapple able to fight back. Some of the momentum that gets real sideways there. Corey Day slots back in behind Carson Quapple. Got to do it all over again.
90 laps to go.
Outside this time.
Got to be some frustration here for Corey Day when you go out and lead 118 laps from the pole and win stage 1 and stage 2. But he's in the top 10 again. Tremendous learning experience and obviously nice giving a job. Oh, a big little flash.
Sam Mayer's still in last place, 17 laps down.
Hang on to it.
That was about as close to a side job as you can have at Rockingham. Throwing it down into 1. He had the positive momentum off the top side of 4. Used the side draft, broke a little bit later, had a shallow entry, used less distance to slide up in front of the 1 at Carson Quapple, and Quapple gave him a little shot.
There's Jesse Love running.
I didn't like that. I don't want to get past.
They're kind of teammates, right? Yeah. Junior Motorsports, Hendrick Motorsports. Chevy's been so good this year. But it's a Toyota out front right now. You saw the
Jesse Love is in 31st, 3 laps down.
For this group, but one bright spot, no doubt, on a consistent basis when he has been here, has been Brent Cruz. Rule change this year. You can run in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series at age 17 at road courses at any track 1 mile in length or less. So he was able to race at Coda, where he did lead some laps, finished inside the top 10, made an appearance at Phoenix, was good to go last week at Martinsville, and now he's turned 18, so he is full tilt. But when he is shown, he let everybody know, I am here to play, and what we're seeing here this afternoon, very, very impressive as the Wheeling caution lights are on. 5th time we've seen him today.
Anthony Alfredo slow on track. NASCAR can't bring National Fairgrounds. They should bring back Rockingham to go. Yeah.
Got a tire down there on the left.
Make it 500 miles. I agree.
This is post a spin off of 4.
Okay. Caution comes out at a very interesting time.
Very interesting time.
They were pretty much right on top of the fuel window. And you and I were talking earlier. If you get inside of 90 laps, given what track position he's in, that's not good at all.
Man.
The whole reason when you have tires down.
This fucking whole, like, fucking front thing just blew off.
Slow down. We don't want to tear it up further. This is why. When the tire comes apart, it destroys the front of that race car, which took a bad situation and now has made it way worse. And here's the spin. It was off of 4. It was already really sideways, having an issue. And eventually the car got away. Looks like possibly maybe had a front tire down. Maybe he was trying to get to pit lane late. And then this is exactly what is the nightmare of a crew chief when they hear that you have a flat tire and you're not near the pits. They don't want this to happen.
Let's go back to that strategy conversation. You and I were talking earlier off air. You get to 90 laps, you're pretty much in a spot where you're going to come if the caution comes out. I'm not saying this is perfect for crew chiefs, but a decent amount of comfort here, pitting just over 80 laps to go.
Right, and last year we had some teams who tried to go really far, almost 100 laps on a tank of fuel. That was not able to be done. Talking to some crew chiefs, especially those powered by the Hendrick Motor Shop, basically said they've actually seen a little worse fuel mileage this year, so they didn't feel very comfortable that even at this lap number to go that they could make
Same
it.
way Casey came to a tire.
Be in the sub 80 laps to go, maybe even into the 70s. So I think you most likely see a lot of takers here on pit road for the fuel, but there might be some nervous crew chiefs who go all the way, especially with the possibility of a green light checker.
And I would say if you look at last year, you feel like, hey, you're going to get plenty of caution laps to make it work, even if you're close. However, today
hasn't had that feel.
This race just hasn't had that feel. Big thing here, execute on the pit lane, maintain or gain some track position. Cruz leading him down. He's in front of Allgaier, Sawalich, Carruth, and Jones. It's progressive pit road. Here's Dylan Welch.
And William Sawalich will pit from 3rd. Said he was loose in and off in tight center, but that was getting better. Don't see a chassis adjustment coming, so just air pressure, 4 tires, and get it full of fuel. They think they can make it from here, but as you guys said, it's going to be close, Kim.
Some Jason Allgaier. He said, I felt pretty good. Not sure what I need to make it better. The 1/3 mark of the corner is his main issue. See him on the right side of the screen. No major adjustments for him. He does want a long run. That car very good on the long run. As you see the 19 off and away, he said just free, but really good in traffic. Actually unbelievable is what he said about that 19 car.
And the 19 team, unbelievable as well. They execute their work, and he wins the race off Progressive.
31 out there.
I mean, look at that. Allgaier comes off second. It's Clements, Sawalich, and Carruth behind him. We'll get the restart next.
O'Reilly.
Need parts fast? O'Reilly Auto Parts is fast. Need them now? We got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salts, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to tahini?
That's a good one.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Tonight, we feast.
Yes, so we dine like royalty.
Well, my queen, may I escort you to the royal minivan?
You may.
Is your back?
No, it's the knee.
Oh, it's the knee. We can eat here if you want. That's fine.
Yes, please.
At Haggerty, we don't see cars as things. They're unique, alive, loved. We buy them, wrench on them, and sometimes curse them. But most of all, we drive them. Muscle cars, supercars, rad cars, one-of-one of the spec cars. Coupes, convertibles, compacts, liftbacks, fastbacks, and hatchbacks. We love them all because cars are for driving, and Haggerty is for drivers. Get a quote at Haggerty.com.
NASCAR on the CW is brought to you by Arby's. We have the meats. Progressive. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit Progressive.com. And by Toyota. Let's go places. Getting ready for the stretch run here at Rockingham. You know, if there's anyone who knows the value of a good crew, it's the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. That's why they want to put the spotlight on the pit crew members that are essential to a race team's success. Let's go down to Kim Coon.
Well,
that last green flag run was about a
let's meet his brother, Joe.
14-minute, 40-second green flag run.
Team. While Joe did play D1 football in college as a tight end for James Madison University, he took a different route than most former athletes in racing. Instead of going over the wall, he works as an underneath mechanic for the team. You see some of those old football shots right there, a little throwback. Well, after college, he actually worked on the Ocean team at Corolla Beach, so like real-life Baywatch. But then at the end of 2022, wanted to do something different. He and Sam had a conversation about the race team running a second car. Sam told Joe if he wanted to spot on the team, he'd have to commit immediately. So a week or so later, Joe showed up on Sam's doorstep with a suitcase and a TV, he told me, and lived with Sam and Sam's wife for a year while learning the ropes. And Joe joked that it stinks having your big brother as a boss because he's bossy, but then he kind of said, no. It's actually great, especially because he can be a support system for Sam in a different way than if Joe did not work in racing and understand kind of the ins and outs of things that Sam goes through.
Well, you know, football went a long way to helping the Hunt family get into racing as well, and a connection to J.D. Gibbs and Joe Gibbs Racing.
He was able to make it to the end.
Families becoming racing families, and a great story there by Kim. So, hey, 19 took 2 tires. That's why they jetted
Going
off
back
in
green.
front of everyone.
Pace truck is off.
For Seth Chapka. They maintain the track position. Brent Cruz control car on the inside to his right.
And back green.
Justin Allgaier, who got 4. Restart, 79 to go in Rockingham.
Great restart there by Brent Cruz, but Williamson walled to the inside. Brent was focused on trying to get up beside the 7. Allgaier gave the inside to Sawallich, who's going to take the lead off the 2.
How about it? Cruz maybe kissed the wall coming off the corner. 18 on point. The teenagers from Joe Gibbs Racing trading spots at the front. Brandon Jones right there from JGR as well as Allgaier looked for second. And back behind him, 3 wide in that group, Corey Day, who was 12th at the restart.
Oh, around goes Jeremy Clements again. Into the wall this time. He's around, caution's out.
And the wheel and caution lights are on for a 6th time this afternoon.
Damn.
You thought it was maybe going to happen between the
Well, that was about a
3 wide, but it
40-second green flag run.
Slowing up on the high side because he was in an awkward position there, being on the outside of 3 wide. Z didn't anticipate it, ran to the back of Jeremy Clements, spun around as Sam Mayer.
Sam Mayer's done for the day.
Wounded 41 car that's been struggling this whole race.
Yeah, I mean, he'd been last on the leaderboard all day long. I mean, they had the problems early, came down, never got it resolved, stayed on the lead lap for a good portion of time, eventually just lost traction on the day, and now he's taking it to the garage.
That's such a shame for Clements, who's having an awesome race. As we look back at this, so you'll see Corey Day's going to jet forward. He drove it really hard in the corner, trying to clear that. Clements trying to do the smart thing, backed out of it. As you see, the 39 was caught him so quickly. Ryan just didn't anticipate that correctly. Gets into his left rear, spins him out. The 51 hits the wall in a way to rip apart the rear. Lucky not to get nailed here as he came down the track.
Especially this early in a restart. There's so much traffic. Really nice effort by all these drivers and their spotters to make sure they get through unscathed. Well, we said it had been a quiet day.
Well, I think the shit's about to get dummy stoopy.
We've said it so many times that cautions do bring cautions. And number 6.
This shit's about to get dummy stoopy, y'all.
We got number 5.
But Clements is going to watch this race back and ask you to just keep quiet
right.
going forward.
Right, I'm sure social media will show me a lot of love as well. What's going on, Kim?
Yeah, let's talk about Brent Cruz. Not quite the restart he wanted. You guys reported about that 2 tires they took on that last stop after we just went under caution. Brent saying, oh, why did we take 2 tires? He took a beat and said, it's okay, we'll be okay. And then Seth Chofka, the crew chief, coming on saying, my bad. So obviously that young driver wishing he was on offense with 4 tires instead of 2 right side tires.
It was an odd call. We questioned it. I don't know why you would do that, looking at the longest run of the day potentially, and just with a car that was in the lead, you've got the clean air advantage. Why compromise yourself by taking 2 tires?
Top 5 with 75 laps to go. William Sawallich, Brent Cruz, Justin Allgaier, Brandon Jones, Sheldon Freed. Caution number 6 at Rockingham.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? There's an O'Reilly Auto Parts. Turn left, Tyler.
Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you don't want to do the repair yourself, we can recommend a shop for you.
Okay, Tyler, let's go fix your car.
Auto Parts.
Oh, now this guy's going that way. Now I'm getting the lay of the land.
Valets can be a big test for a young homeowner turning into their parents.
There's an overflow lot somewhere in the vicinity.
If the garage is full, they go to the auxiliary.
He said if the garage is full, they go to the overflow lot.
I heard him. I was right here. Let's just stand quietly.
I bet you guys have driven some great cars, huh?
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
I think you might have brought the wrong car. We had the red convertible.
That's rough. But hey, with SafeLight, you can get that fixed any way you want.
Anywhere I want.
It's your winter windshield. Get it fixed any way you want with Safe Light.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
How can I help? I'm here to tell us. Switch to Gusto for payroll, benefits, and even 401k. It's always such a headache. With Gusto, it's effortless. Like looking cool in this jacket. Okay.
I've been told my whole life that I'm pretty fast. For a girl. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's not true. Because with the right team, you write your own story. So no, I'm not fast for a girl. I'm fast, period.
This is Arby's Crispy Chicken Sandwich, now available in the $7.99 meat and 3 box. Our chef describes it as prime cut, 100% all white meat chicken, but we just say it's really good.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Ooh, look at those pork chops with Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning. Yes, please. Ranch seasoned, savory, and sizzling. Hidden Valley Ranch, only serious about flavor.
Okay, Parker, listen up. Who needs Jimmy and Jimmy when you can have Johnny? Relive Late Night with the King, Johnny Carson, on Antenna TV. Weeknights, 11 Eastern. Late Night TV, how it was meant to be. Antenna TV. To find Antenna TV over the air on your cable system, go to antennatv.tv.
Oh, simple enough.
There will be a quiz later.
I feel like we should have Kyle Petty on Late Night TV.
He should have read that
And the
promo.
Arby's boxes will just get bigger and bigger as we go along.
100%. You're a true content creator. Hey, when Hit the Caution came out, Corey Day decided to come down pit road. So let's hear some radio here, had a lug nut issue.
I didn't want to lose Pit Pick for next week. We were missing one on the left front, so we would have. Didn't want to lose that number 1 stall, and this puts us to the good on fuel. Nobody else is guaranteed to the good at this point for green white checkers and stuff. So take care of it, but get through the field here.
Yeah, and that's the big thing too, is pit selection next week, as they said, but that also makes them good on fuel. They were a lap or two short, only needed another yellow, and they probably would have been good anyways, but now they're good for sure. And if we don't get another yellow, they may be in the catbird seat.
Ryan Ellis gets the free pass here. 25 cars on the lead lap. Day showing 20.
Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's a
The fuck is that?
I think we've got a bigger issue.
Where are the tin cans?
Yeah, it's a tin can. Someone just got married.
Here we do the
Duct tape,
air
that's what
bond.
that is. Well, probably not duct tape. It's
No. Hey,
oh my
We
god.
weren't done yet.
I go back, though, to the Corey Day thing.
That's expensive, by the way.
Yeah.
No doubt. I go back to the Corey Day thing and the fact that you come down, obviously, as Dylan said, you want to make sure you're good on fuel. But the wherewithal to say, let's make sure we got the lug nut on so we don't get a penalty after the race and lose pit stall selection. You got the number 1 stall at a place like Bristol. Long way to go in this one, but they lose some track position by doing it. But I understand the forward thinking of this group.
Also won both stages. You got 20 points in the
That's
bag
true, yeah.
today. It's going to be a massive points day if you just methodically work yourself forward from here. 72 laps to go, plenty of time to get back towards the top 15, to maybe the top 10 could be possible with how much speed they've had, and that'll be a massive points day.
We're above the action today here at Rockingham with GovX, providing our aerial coverage. GovX savings for those who serve. This restart's going to be fun. Cruz, by the way, was second. There was a minute there where Allgaier was showing second. Use the scoring moves. Cruz is second. He's on the front row with his teammate here. Allgaier
Going back range, 71 laps to go.
3 Toyotas from Joe Gibbs Racing.
From Rockingham Speedway at Rockingham, North Carolina. Green flag's back in the air.
He's got a chance at the top. Let's see if this works out better for him.
71 to go at Rockingham. I talked about Brandon Jones, Taylor Gray back in the mix as well.
Roger Cruz.
And Williamson Walsh pulls away there with the lead.
Outside Austin Hill. Little tap. Oh, into Retzloff there. Look at that outside lane.
Retzloff loses some spots. Brandon Jones up to third. Sheldon in fourth.
Roger Cruz got too high there in 3 and 4, got in the dust. The dirty stuff lost a ton of grip. He was using the outside so well, but gave up a ton of positions in doing so.
He's falling outside. Ryan Sieg trying to take advantage just in front of him. Parker Retzloff. Let's go on board Jeff Burton. He's inside the top 15.
And it's been a workman's
Bless
day to
you.
get there for the 27. Jeff Burton,
Bless
not
you.
the day they've been looking for. All the Jordan Anderson racing cars just looked a bit off this weekend. They've got that affiliation of RCR this year, but they've still a lot to learn for them. And I think this weekend they're going to have a lot to discuss, but trying to get the best day possible out of it.
Late rally, Austin Hill. Spent a lot of time outside the top 10 this afternoon, but going after Taylor Gray for 7th here.
Retzloff has decided to continue driving that car absolutely sideways down there in 3 and 4. Allows Roger Cruz to get to the inside. That got tight once again.
Look at Harrison Burton hanging tough in that 24 car. As good a day as he's had all year. Prior to today, best run of the season, 17th. So trying to make something happen this afternoon.
And he'd really like these two to sort it out. You don't want them side by side in front of you. Hold them up, make him vulnerable there to his cousin, Jeff Burton.
I just love these speed shots. Really emphasizes what this place is all about. Kyle Petty told us before we went green, it's like Bristol on steroids. We go to Bristol next week. We're getting version number 1 of it here today. Let's go full throttle with Sound Gear. Wherever sound is a problem, Sound Gear has the solution. Scan the QR code to learn more at soundgear.com. Turn it up. CW Sports Live in Rockingham, North Carolina, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, racing on Easter weekend. With Parker Kligerman, I'm Adam Alexander, Kim Kuhn, Dylan Welsh in the pit lane, Carla Metz hanging out in the CW garage. 63 laps to go. Saw a flash there of Austin Green in the 87. He's inside the top 20 and having a good day.
So it's that Sunoco car there of LeVar Scott fighting to be inside the top 20, getting really close. Austin Green there, wow, that's tight.
Well, just in front of them, you got Corey Day, right, who's been all over the place here, really, in this final stage. We talked about them coming down to put that lug nut on, and he's been able to make up some ground, working his way back toward the top 15.
Austin Green got a little bit looser there with Jesse Love got to his left rear. LeVar Scott says, thank you very much. Gets him away from him. They were running side by side.
Allgaier had lost 4th to Creed, 7 starting to come back. And I'm anxious to watch. If this thing runs out, what does Allgaier have for those Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas at the front? Because I feel like late run is where he's been good. Wow. Or Carson Quapple.
Carson Quapple.
And Creed, that was aggressive.
That was a huge run through that center 1 and 2 wrap in the bottom. Allgaier was trying to get to the inside, and Creed, they got checked up. It allowed Quapple to just have a massive amount of momentum there, but it got real tight as they got to the exit of 2. Quapple got really loose off of 2.
You just got to bring it in this place.
You got to take advantage of those moments. That's why he went for it, because he could be sitting behind these 3 now for 10 or 20 more laps and not have another opportunity like that. When it presented itself, he went for it, rightfully so. If he could have netted both those positions, he'd have clean air to even go and chase down Brent Cruz and Sawalich.
You know, the average running position, not great for Sheldon Creed, but he too has found his most success late in the race. Got 3rd now as he and Brandon Jones race for a spot there. And here's a replay. Kick it sideways and hang on.
We've seen that so many times today. That's the O'Reilly Series. These cars at Rockingham, we saw it last year at this place. The way it's designed, yes, it's been repaved, but the things that made it special and unique have stayed the same. And the way these corners are, they're just unique to NASCAR, unique for an oval, and they provide awesome moments like that, big slides.
William Sawallisch with the lead here, has about a second and a quarter lead over Brett Cruz.
Behind Sheldon Creed in the 0-0. He had to let Sheldon by to get debris off the front of the grill of the 20. The 19, apparently his teammate did not want to help, so they were relegated to the 0-0 helping. They did tell Brandon, just don't let the 7 follow the 0-0 in front of you.
I'm not surprised. I think Brett Cruz is a bit ahead of Brandon Jones. Didn't want to slow down. Help his teammate? Absolutely not. He's trying to chase down the leader there of his teammate, William Sawallisch, trying to get his first win. But for Brandon Jones, I wondered what had happened there because I saw off in the distance out of 2. He slowed up a ton, went to the high side, and then slotted in behind Sheldon. It seemed like a simple pass for Sheldon, and now we know why. He needed the help.
As Paul Harvey would say, now you know the rest of the story.
Jesse Love is running in 29th, 2 laps down.
Yeah, I'm older than you. It's actually a lot older than you.
Well, I wasn't going to bring it up.
Good battle here. 8th on the line. Austin Hill, Parker Retzlaff. Retzlaff trying to do something that he did earlier this year for the first time ever for Viking Motorsports. Qualify in the top 10, get stage points in both stages, and finish in the top 10. Did that at Darlington. Qualified 3rd for this race, stage points in both stages.
Damn right.
Despite the wiggle, is 9th right now.
He won't quit. He just keeps
got myself some pizza.
finding a way forward for Parker Retzlaff. It's been awesome to watch throughout this day. He's had those big moments.
How's it going, Ken?
He lets the right rear cool back down, takes another run at it. It just seems to continually find a way to move forward, even with that car being pretty sideways all day long.
A lot of drivers right around that chase cut line having good days. William Sawallisch is leading, came in 14th in the standings. And we talk about Parker Retzlaff, he was 9th, doing a nice job. And so is the 39 of Ryan Sieg. They have had a lot of bad luck early in this year, had a huge comeback in Daytona, top 10 last week at Martinsville, and despite some things not being perfect for them here today, he finds himself in a really good spot, 11th, and racing Raja Karuth.
Right, and I think what I've seen out of Ryan Sieg is they've tried a couple strategy things, which is not uncharacteristic for this race team. They take a lot of, I guess, liberties in the strategy department would be the term, in terms of basically, going for low percentage strategies at times, but I think they're in the same position they were a year ago when we talked about he just wants to win a race. Desperately wants to win a race. It's been so close before, just a couple years ago, we thought, but then,
am I excited for the Easter Bunny?
Carolina, now with the HFT Alliance.
Hope the Easter Bunny brings me a Red Sox win and a Suns win. That's what I hope.
It hasn't materialized, and they're not afraid to go for it, though. They often try some of these wilder strategies. They saw it here last year. They were the ones that tried to go, 100 laps?
Led 77 laps. Most laps anybody led in the race. It was a career best for him. But as you said, on the short side of the fuel meter and unable to get the payoff, he settles in one more time in 11th behind the 88 of Raja Karuth. Let's go back in the field, and riding 31st right now, 3 laps down, Cletus McFarland. So much hype coming into the day, and they've really checked a lot of boxes this weekend, Dylan.
Yeah, and the good thing is that he's still out there, right? 50 to go, and he's done what he wanted to do. He's run all the laps so far, albeit 3 laps down, but has been a pretty quiet and clean day after that scary moment the first couple laps. Let's get some start key radio communication, though, and hear a big moment that he had just a few laps ago.
Enough to know that if you're saying the word inside, I should not go inside rather than what I did. I will never do that again. If I hear the word inside, I'm anywhere near it. Yes, please thank you for that. I'll give you a hot
Well, it's a learning process, right? There's a lot of aero things that are happening with these race cars that he's experiencing for the first time. They lack downforce, they lose a ton of grip, and then add in, and, one of the things he's experienced, which he and Kyle Petty talked about in the pre-race, was getting lapped. Sometimes that can be one of the more terrifying moments there, as Sieg and Karuth get
Celtics Suns finals would be fire. It would be.
And, in terms of the speed, it's half what I expected.
But also it'd be awkward.
Off the pace in that 33, but kept it clean.
It'd be like the one time we hate each other.
So these two battle. Been very entertaining. Last 10, 12 laps or so. Sieg and Karuth. By the way, Raja goes back to the 32 next Saturday night. Bristol, Tennessee, driving for Jordan Anderson Racing, and it will be Kyle Larson who gets behind the wheel of the 88. Larson, a winner earlier this year at Las Vegas when he was driving for Junior Motorsports.
Larson again at Bristol.
Yeah, I know.
We experienced that last year.
Well, last year he was driving the 17 for HMS, and he was just outrageous. So we'll see what he can do in that 88 car, but it really doesn't seem to matter what vehicle he's driving or who he's driving.
Caution!
As the caution comes out.
Oh, it's Cletus.
Well, I give you a
What do you say? What do you know? It's Cletus.
Cletus McFarland around, 7th yellow.
The wannabe Ricky Bobby.
Caution lights are on.
I think this might have been a scary moment.
It's a little under an 11-minute green flag run there.
Might have happened right in front of him. We spoke too soon. He had kept it clean all day long.
Another announcer jinx.
Yeah, but it's not, like you got into the wall, tore it up, and got to drive to the garage.
You should just watch the NBA anyway.
A few moments today, but his attitude in
The NBA's fun.
Just undeniable.
Especially the Celtics team. The Celtics team's a good team. Joe Mazzulla's fucking awesome.
I love the interview that he had earlier today with Kyle Petty and NASCAR Countdown Live. Just so honest. Kyle pushed him a little bit, said I wasn't totally for you getting.
Oh no, now it's gonna be 4 laps.
When it all came about, but I love the back and forth between those two, and Cletus a fun personality, no doubt.
And there's no doubt you can deny his enthusiasm. Here we're looking back. There's Swalwich in the orange, who's the leader. So this is after Cletus had already started his slide.
Well, Cruz just barely snuck through there as well.
And yep, so this is about similar to what he did in the testing video down into 3. That is the toughest corner entry-wise here at Rockingham. The car gets incredibly light. The way it loads the banking, the front end loads first, which causes the rear to want to swap ends with the front. So it's incredibly tough, and definitely it's one of those things where when you get later on tires, later in this race, the grip level's changing constantly. You have to consistently adjust for that.
Free pass here goes to Jeremy Clements, scored 26th. So we'll have 26 cars on the lead lap. Everybody out of tires. Now it's just time to ride it to the finish. And a big restart when we return. William Swalwich out front, the 19-year-old, trying to become a part of history and win here at the Rock. Big finish coming on CW.
You want your vehicle to look showroom new inside and out? Cerakote, the industry leader in ceramic coatings, makes it easy with a complete car care system. Start every wash with Cerakote's high foam vehicle shampoo. Then give your paint maximum gloss, unsurpassed slickness, and a hydrophobic finish with our ceramic paint sealant. Simply spray on and buff. Use Tire Coat for that new tire shine that lasts 10 times longer without sling or a greasy mess. Inside, our ceramic interior detailer cleans, protects, and cures dry to the touch, keeping surfaces looking like new. But Cerakote is about more than just shine. Restore cloudy headlights to like new in 3 easy steps and without power tools. Easily revive your plastics and protect them from fading, or simply restore severely faded trim for good without the greasy mess. The final result? Unmatched performance and long-lasting protection, guaranteed. With over 80,000 5-star reviews and more #1 bestsellers than any other brand, you can trust Cerakote. Buy now.
In every pour of 4547 Patriot Edition whiskey, you taste more than whiskey. You taste freedom. Crafted to honor the patriots who built this land, protected by the warriors and the first responders who guard it every day. Forged in the makings of history on the road to a greater tomorrow. Now the fastest growing new whiskey in the country. Raise your glass to tradition. Raise it to heroes. Raise it to America. Built by patriots, for patriots.
When life takes an unexpected turn, but work must go on, being prepared makes all the difference.
Last time an Xfinity driver you mean O'Reilly?
Where it matters.
You mean fucking O'Reilly, bro?
Solar generators that are lightweight, portable, and built tough enough to go wherever the job takes you.
Last time this driver got this much publicity was Danica. Yeah.
Just over a lap away from getting the green flag once again here at Rockingham. Let's go to the CW garage and check in with Carla Metz.
Yeah,
I mean, Travis Pastrana got a lot of publicity.
P2 in this race right now, and it's been a big week for the 18-year-old who finally got to take the reins for the 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing just last week. Cruz told me he's been eager for this full-time ride to finally start rolling, but made mention of how important it was to watch the Cup guys drive his cars in those handful of races, saying, I got to learn from them. I got feedback after every race. He said it was the next best thing to being back behind the wheel, and it's time now to put it all into practice. Now that he's 18 years old, the next number they're focused on is 30, trying to average 30 points per race, and so far he's got 10 in this one, Adam.
Yeah, he's just done an outstanding job. And what's impressive to me is we've gone to some tough places, and he just steps up. Think about drivers that picked up their first victory. How about Warren Burton, 1992? He got his first O'Reilly Auto Parts win and his first Cup win right here at the Rock. Won on the Cup side in 95. And Matt Kenseth won in 98. Best ever finish for Joe Gibbs Racing was a runner-up when Kenseth beat Tony Stewart to push him.
Your brain still needs a couple more months. Damn.
What gets me is how mature Brent is in that scenario where he's had those Cup drivers and guys driving his car with all that experience, and not to have that feeling of having to jump in here and match them, right? That's hard for a young driver, full of confidence and thinking they've got all the ability in the
The lights are
world
back on in the
to
pace
not
car.
try to overdo it. He absolutely has not done that, and has just had great runs every single time he's been in this series so far this year. We know that's only going to build.
We added a lap here. You know, you look at the guys that are up there for the restart, and we talk about Cruz going for his first win. Sawallish is doing that. Wapple's up there trying to get a victory for the first time. A couple other drivers in the top 10 in that top 10 in that.
It's gonna be 38 laps to go when we go back green from Rockingham Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina.
It's chaos time at Rockingham. I'm going to say, when you get down and there's just this few laps left,
William Sawallish, the leader.
We've seen some slide jobs. We've seen a lot of stuff happen. But this is where the rubber meets the road.
Corey Day, who was dominant early, is in
You're
13th.
going to add your name to it. Some things are going to happen.
My win pick is Jesse Love. He's in 29th, 2 laps down. Jaden does not really.
Kyle, you had so many boxes there before. We know what you've been doing this whole time.
That's exactly right, man. It's nice up here on the Arby's box. I'm telling you, dude.
It is. He's felt right at home all day long, hasn't he?
Got food, refreshments.
Hey, it's been great having him on the show today.
Awesome. Love Kyle. Love hanging out with him.
Kyle, Wally Dallenbach, and myself worked years ago doing the Cup broadcast at TNT, and I will tell you,
Oh yeah, going back green.
the unpredictability in that booth was always
Green flag's back in the air. 38 laps to go.
8 to go. 2 teenagers on the front.
Oh, trouble there. They're gonna save it.
So there was a lot of checking up.
But there was a checkup back there.
It was Retzoff who dove to the inside at one point, and then there was even more checkup farther back. I think maybe
So Wallace is gonna pull away here.
out of shape. They all seem to get away with it. Most likely NASCAR won't call penalties there if there was massive checkups for drivers getting out of line, because they're just trying to avoid running the driver in front of them.
You know, we got in the final stages of the race last week at Martinsville and had that huge crash on a restart. Fortunately, here today, we're able to get away with it. We had a big crash late here on a restart last year. Harrison Burton, 24, Sammy Smith in the 8, and here comes the 17 of Corey Day trying to rally.
Oh man, 87 in the 32. Wow, they save it.
Unbelievable.
That was crazy.
To the inside there, man, Patterson, and was forced down the apron. Now they're 3 wide once again. How he held on to that. Wow.
Okay,
Back in the dust again for another.
Oh, he's in the wall.
Restart. Green bounces off the wall.
87.
Still going here. Now he's got damage to the outside. He might have cut down a tire.
Green, Riley Green.
I'd have a hard time getting down here.
What's his name?
Traffic swing by as he tries to make the hard left-hand turn.
Going on to pit road. Austin
He's
Green.
able to get there. No caution. Restart is good.
And I misspoke there. I called them Jordan Anderson Racing teammates. 87 no longer affiliated with Jordan Anderson Racing. So here's the move. Yeah, so William H. Patterson maybe didn't know he was there, and he turned in as if he was clear. Totally compromised the 87. And look at this drift slide up the track using 8 tires better than 4. Gets it going again. But unfortunately, then down in 1 and 2 and got away again.
A really good job by Nathan Bird. The
Andrew Patterson was getting into it with him.
Avoid an accident, and he's looking at a spot in the top 15 here. Brennan Poole back in the top 15 again.
I can't believe he got that car back. It's bottom of our screen there. Waffle once again trying to get the inside of Allgaier.
I mean, we got stuff going on all around this racetrack. William Sawalich leads by 1.8 seconds over Brandon Jones. Sheldon Creed is third, and from fourth on back, it is remarkable. That's where Cruz is right now, Kim.
Yeah, and he radioed, he felt a little bit weird. He thinks he might have a tire going down. Hasn't said anything since, so it's something we'll keep an eye on.
Oh, yeah. He just got in the wall there. So something might definitely be wrong with the 19.
There are 32 to go.
Cruz might have an issue.
Allgaier goes by. His teammate could be the next one.
Austin Green stocks just went up.
Cruz has been so good today. Led 30 laps.
Stonks.
Got a great average running position. You hope he can hang on to it. Talk so much about no margin for error for this team. Carlo referenced they've gotten good stage points today, but a bad finish when you're in position is so hard for this team who's missed races and trying to get into
Wow,
the chase.
Buffalo Sabres have clinched a spot in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Wow, good for them. Haven't made it since 2010.
Essentially going down. He's going to have to assess this quickly and eventually make a decision. He hit pit road. This is all part of the learning.
You know, that means now the Jets are the team with the longest playoff drought
Is it a tire going down? Is it some other issue?
in North American sports.
Just hanging on.
Riding on board, Austin Hill. He's able to get ninth away from him. The parade continues with Sieg and Sammy Smith.
Brent Cruz is coming to pit road.
Unscheduled stop, 28 laps to go. Here comes Brent Cruz.
It's like William Sawalich might pull away to his first win, but we still got 28 laps to go.
Go back, they took those 2 tires when he was in control of this race. And they made that pit stop at lap 67.
Is it his first win?
Comes back now with a tire issue. And as he deals with disappointment, right of your screen, left of your screen, William Sawalich back across the start-finish line, 27 laps away from his first.
Yeah, no, this would be his first win. Yep.
In Veterans Racing for third, Sheldon Creed, Justin Allgaier.
They were taking a look there in the right front. Taking their time. 4 tires for Brent Cruz. It was the right decision to just get off the racetrack when he knew the issue was too big to stay out there. Very mature move for the 18-year-old.
Maybe 25 laps to go. We come around the next time, and I'm thinking, actually, as we hit the start-finish line here, we hit 25 laps to go, and I'm thinking about William Sawalich. And you got this big advantage. 25 laps here in a test session in practice is nothing. But in this scenario, what is he managing behind the wheel?
Well, first of all, all that chaos had behind him. He's like, hey, everyone, keep it together.
You need me
Please, keep it together.
Spend a day streaming a completely random sport like bowling? What about volleyball? No, I'd rather do bowling than volleyball.
Everything that he's asking from it, clean air. You just want to run laps. Focus on running those laps. Hitting your marks. Being disciplined, being methodical about it, keeping in check what you need from that race car. Possibly there is.
I don't know. What about soapbox racing? Come on, Sheldon.
He was way up the racetrack right there. Kept it off the wall.
Allgaier now third, but he's 3 seconds almost behind race leader William Sawalich.
I think Creed was just starting to really test the limits of how high you could run in the corner there and got his right rear up into the dust.
The lap car there, the 74 Dawson Cram, sees a few drivers inside the top 10 dance around. Gray, Retzloff, Austin Hill. Go back and look at this for Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, and what happens in these races, especially the repave, is you get braver and braver like this because there's forbidden fruit up there. The higher you go,
Maybe tomorrow since no NASCAR. Nah, tomorrow I'm doing the Red Sox.
and you have to park the car in the corner like
If the fucking weather allows it. I mean, I think they're going to end up playing the game tomorrow, but it's probably going to be a long delay, it looks like.
These tracks like this, when you're in a repave, you get to some fresher asphalt, it pushes up and up throughout the race, you get braver with it, and then eventually, as they say in the dirt world, jump the cushion, essentially.
Yeah, it looks like it could. The game's supposed to be at 1, but it's supposed to rain till 7. But, the fucking, whatchamacallit, the Padres don't play here. It's the series finale. They don't play the Padres again, so the Padres would have to come all the way back to Boston to play a game if they postponed it on like a mutual off day. So they're probably just going to want to play it.
Don't burn your stuff up here. Just save a little bit for us if we have to do a green, white checker or something at the end. So just cruising right now. It's been interesting to watch him all day. And right here, they focus specifically on wrapping the bottom lane and finishing the corner. So being strong off the exit.
Crazy.
Practice yesterday, and they felt like that was going to pay dividends for them today. That is where he's made the most hay, right around the white line today, and not showing any signs of leaving it here over the final 20 laps, Kim.
Yeah, and his teammate Brandon Jones running in that second position. And when I talked to crew chief Stan McCauley, he was very optimistic coming into this weekend. He said, look, last year we qualified 6, ran top 5 most of the race, even led 6 laps, but just ended up in that late race pile up, finishing 12th. There were 2 additional things that he noted that were going to help his driver this weekend excel. One was the fact that he's got his regular spotter on the spotter stand, Chris Lampert. Last year, Chris took the weekend off since it was an off-cup weekend, and Sam said immediately after Rockingham's race last year, they called him and said, yeah, we're not doing that next year. We want you on top of the spotter stand. He's a huge help. He notices trends. He's obviously a veteran spotter. And the other thing is, they've got S&T data this weekend. They did not have that last year, and Brandon is a big studier, so he would study that after practicing qualifying yesterday. In fact, Brandon told me this morning, look, I had 3 or 4 blank sections in my notes.
16 laps left at Rockingham.
So having that data makes a huge difference. We're seeing that right now. Again, Brandon Jones running P2.
See a first-time winner today.
Down the leader right now. He's kind of
Always love seeing that.
A couple tenths in the last few laps. They were pretty even on the last lap. Some of it's when Sawalich runs into traffic, but he has been quicker.
You know, Allgaier was chopping into it as well, and his progress was leveled out a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
See how the cars run into each other. Yeah, Austin Hill getting into the backside of Cletus McFarland. Cletus is going to hear that squealing noise in his sleep tonight. You know, he's been sideways a lot. 14 to go for Sawalich. You know, I want to go back to what Dylan talked about and crew chief Jeff Mendry. And how good he has been for so many young drivers in the series. Had success with Brandon Jones when he was at Joe Gibbs Racing the first time. Helped get Sammy Smith his first career victory in Phoenix when he was running for Rookie of the Year. A couple of years ago it was with Chandler Smith, and they put some really good runs together. Last year, William Sawalich didn't get the payoff as a rookie, but did finish second twice, back-to-back. In fact, William Sawalich at St. Louis and Portland. Missed those 2 races late last year, had those concussion-like symptoms when he crashed at Talladega. Come back this year and just has had a lot of bad luck, but today doing all the things that he needs to do. He's led 68 laps and in charge with 12 to go.
Just had a big vault away from Brandon Jones by a couple tenths that last lap. Brandon struggled to get through traffic. I thought for a moment there that Sawalich was maybe just taking care of it, letting Brandon close the gap just a little bit, but then vaulted away. You know, yesterday's truck race was dominated by Corey Heim, but Caden Honeycutt came on late, but it seemed unlikely. Could we be looking at a similar situation here? The big thing that happened there for Corey Heim, one, he possibly had an issue, but 2 was traffic. And there's going to be a lot more traffic ahead of Sawalich.
You know, Carson Quapple's been all around it today, but here he is, top 5. And we're fighting some issues in the middle portion of this race that brought some question marks about where they would land. But when he's been in the 1, He has been magic. Goes back to the 9 next Saturday night at Bristol. By the way, we're on the air CW 7 o'clock Eastern Time with NASCAR Countdown live from Thunder Valley. But it hasn't mattered. This game of musical chairs has not phased driver one, top 5 in points.
He's got the consistency down right now, for sure, for Carson Kvapil. But I'm going to keep sounding like a broken record. It's going to come down to getting that first victory, getting that monkey off his back, getting the confidence that comes with that, getting out of the...
Adam Alexander casually roasting Cletus, yeah. Love that.
Putting that aside will be massive for Carson Kvapil.
Hey, and I referenced next Saturday night at Bristol. That's the Dash for Cash opener. Today, Dash for Cash qualifier. Look at this.
Raja.
Creed to the teammates from Junior.
Making it 3 wide.
2 for 1. And that is huge because we're talking about Dash for Cash eligibility. Top 4 leaving here, running for the $100,000 next Saturday night. And Carruth says, thank you very much with 8 to go.
And I don't know if they even know that's the situation or thought about it, but it was an awesome move by Raja there. With all that momentum, they got checked up behind the 55 and shot to the inside to take those positions. Awesome stuff.
If they're thinking about that right now, they need to change their priorities.
Trust me. No, that's one of those things when you get out of the car and they tell you, oh, great, that's awesome.
Hey, and it has been a good day for Junior Motorsports. 3 inside the top 5. Man, up for moving day.
Look how tight that was for
Kvapil nearly gets clipped by Creed as he slides down. Well, this will be something.
This is going to be, watch that. Kvapil squeeze that car as close as you could between the 55 and Sheldon Creed.
Raj has really done a nice job as Sawallick continues to work lap traffic. 5 laps to go. The advantage down right around a second now.
Yeah, condensed a lot just in the last 2 laps. But for William, he doesn't have a lot of traffic ahead of him right now. There's a lot of clean air.
How about this? William Sawallick trying to win on Easter weekend. Among the many things he did in the offseason was visit the Pope.
That's right.
I mean, he was literally all around the world in the offseason. And he just plays it off like it's no big deal. And his mom anxiously watching on.
At the Pope, was at the White House recently. Very well traveled.
Reference Sammy Smith won with Jeff Mendering. That's the last time the 18 car won at Joe Gibbs Racing. Springtime of 2023 at Phoenix. 3 laps to go for Sawallick.
He's got about a quarter straightaway to the next set of traffic, so this might time out perfectly for him. That's what all he wants to see is clean air. You can see that Brandon Jones is starting to come into the frame, but it might just be too little too late here to be able to get to his team.
2 laps to go.
You just want to make sure you get back to the white flag.
That's all you're looking for.
And then if the caution comes out, you don't have to worry about a restart. He won 2 ARCA East championships. Made his way full-time to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series last year. Mentioned the fact there were some bumps in the road, but he's always been able to have those flashes of talent. Trying to close the deal on win number 1.
White flags in the air. One more time around for William Sawallick at Rockingham, looking for his first career win.
An impressive drive, and I think to that restart where he got the better of his teammate Brent Cruz around the outside, it was an awesome move. It's put him in this position.
Comes around. Did have an incredible day. He's done good many times, but today will be his day. William Sawallick gets his first career win at Rockingham Speedway.
That's 1-2 finish for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Man, we're winners. Let's go.
8 races into the year, 2 first-time winners. Sheldon Creed gets it done at Atlanta. Today belongs to William Sawallick.
Wondered how excited he'd be. He's not usually the most excitable person.
Youngest driver to win at Rockingham in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
Congrats to William Sawallick. He's burning it down.
Pearson, Ernie Irvin, Ward Burton, and Matt Kenseth is drivers
did good
to
things
get their
today.
first career victory at this place. And it's the first win for Joe Gibbs Racing here. We talked about the fact that Matt Kenseth got his first career win here, took it away from Tony Stewart and Joe Gibbs Racing. Today, win number 1 for William Sawalich. Gets the coach his first trophy at this level at this historic racetrack.
And it really turns it around for Joe Gibbs Racing. They're struggling to get results this year. They've had the speed, but haven't quite had the results. This was a big turnaround.
Coming into today, a series regular for them that had 1 top 5. Brandon Jones was second at Darlington. Today they go 1-2, and Sawalich delivers Toyota their first win of the year.
Crew is here. They've made it over the wall.
So it's almost
And this has been a long time coming. A lot of speed.
a little under a 16-minute green flag run to end the race.
This guy's O'Reilly Auto Parts Series career, and knew that it would come together eventually, and they were confident it could be today, and they delivered on that promise. There's Mom in for a hug.
Hell of a job, man. Good job.
William, let's chat. Congratulations. There have been some tough times in the first year or so of your career. How rewarding is this moment after all those trials and tribulations?
I mean, it means everything. It was obviously a tough year last year and a tough start to the year this year. I mean, these boys mean everything to me. They were here with me through everything, and my family. Gosh, it feels good to get it done here in Rockingham. In front of an awesome crowd. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Our sound gear, GR Super, was on rails today, obviously. Good in stage 1, stage 2, and obviously amazing clean air.
The lap traffic, the last closing laps, what were you trying to just remind yourself of to just be as efficient as you could getting through that to hold off the 20?
Well, funny enough, lap traffic took me out last year, so kind of running through my head a little bit. But man, I mean, I just, studied the race last year and just calmed down and everything's fine.
Congratulations. William Sawalich, a winner at last in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
How many times do you see it? It takes a while to get that first win. Here it's 42 starts, but once you get one, confidence is there and the floodgates open. If you can win here, you can do it anywhere.
Definitely, in the fashion that he did it there, really nailing the restart, staying competitive throughout the whole race and up front the whole time. You saw Brent Cruz come in there, dap him up a little bit, say congratulations. So it's such a cool moment to get your first win. It's so big. You worked so hard for this, and through all the he went through last year to get it here at the Rock. Awesome.
Junior Motorsports going for their 6th consecutive win today. If they had gotten it, they would have matched Joe Gibbs Racing. William Sawalich says no thank you. It's going to be a JGR Toyota going to victory lane. The old veteran on a pit box lead the charge. Jeff Mendering gets to celebrate again. And this time he does it.
I'm going to be watching the rest of the Red Sox game. Off camera or not. Probably. I'll probably watch some of it. Yeah.
That's rough. But hey, with Safelite, you can get that fixed any way you want.
But, yeah, I'm going to end the stream here. Fun times today. William Sawalich gets his first career win. Rockingham, always fun. Hope Cup can come back here someday. Hopefully next year. But, yeah. I'll be live tomorrow. I'll be live for the Red Sox game. It's scheduled to be at... When's the game scheduled? It's scheduled to be at 1:35, so I'll be live at 1:25. But I don't know what the weather's going to do. So, we'll see. Alright, y'all. I'm going to end this right here.